message to any country or group thinking about trying to take advantage of this situation to widen the conflict is don't.
The Pentagon has moved additional military assets to the region as a deterrent. I'm Norman Hall.
The FBI director warns Hamas's initial raid into Israel that triggered the fighting could inspire violence in the U.S. In other news, Santa Ana winds are spreading a wildfire over brushy hills in Southern California's Riverside County. 4,000 residents ordered to evacuate. This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Hi, everyone. Listen to my show, The Matt McNeil Show, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota. Every day we talk about politics, celebrating the Democrats taking control of Minnesota, but we also talk about a lot of other things, too. Parenting, sports, the arts, music. If it affects you in Minnesota, we'll talk about it. Plus, we have a lot of regular guests giving you national and local insight on the issues affecting you. Weekday afternoons, it's The Matt McNeil Show, 3 to 5 p.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950, here to tell you about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If your home was hit with the most recent storms, trust the most well-reviewed exterior construction company, Snap Construction, for a free home inspection.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. There are a lot of great construction companies in town. My advice is to take your time and do your research. Make sure they are locally owned and that they guarantee their craftsmanship for life. Also, you want to find a company that's been in business for at least 10 years. You want to work with a company that's going to be there long after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims, and we'll help you through the process.
Don't go with the out-of-town fly-by-night contractor. Most storm damage goes missed by the untrained eye. Trust Snap Construction for your free storm damage evaluation. For your free storm damage evaluation, call Snap Construction at 612-333-SNAP or visit them online at snapconstruction.com. That's 612-333-SNAP. or snapconstruction.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 24, then sunshine Wednesday with a high of 37. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. Happy Halloween, everybody. Wow, here we are. And we've been talking about this for a long time, and I am so excited. Tonight, first of all, I hope everyone has been safe out and doing the trick-or-treating. I hope your kiddies had a great time tonight, and that everyone had a fantastic time. Now, we're going to be doing a number of things tonight. We are doing this amazing 3-hour episode of GhostBox Radio, where we are here live at the Grand Garage in Stillwater, a private investigation that we're opening up to you. And all this is possible because of Witch Jody at Midwest Witchery and Healing. Jody, thank you so very much for everything. You're good.
You're welcome. Blessed Samhain to everybody and happy Halloween.
This is so exciting. And the thing that we're doing tonight, first of all, is a little experimental because we're doing a radio show. If you're listening on AM 950, thank you very much for doing so. We are also hoping that there is a number of you that want to tune in and watch us on our Facebook page, AM 950 Radio on Facebook. We're streaming live. And on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, we are streaming live there as well. And this is going to be a really incredible night. First of all, before we go any further, though, Jody, I have to say, this is an experimental live radio program tonight. I don't think I've seen anybody do what we have done before, where we are doing both radio as well as doing it on the internet. And it's not just one camera. Let me explain to you all real fast what we are doing here. If you're watching right now, you are going to see that we are adding camera after camera after camera. And it's a pretty incredible shot tonight, even though I can already see it looks like we're down one camera already. And I want to explain that this can happen all night, that we can lose cameras. It's so experimental. Anything can happen tonight. So just know that both good things and also technical problems. So all we ask is that you stay calm. You can stay calm. I don't think you're going to go crazy, but just know that we're working on it. That's why we have our good friend Adam back at the studio. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I am so excited for this. Favorite night of the year, favorite program on the radio. Oh. I am so happy. And I've got my own little investigation going on here tonight.
Tell us about it, Adam.
But as we've spoken before on the show, heard some steps coming down the stairwell leading down the studio before. So I have my digital recorder sitting on the steps. I've been asking questions, walking back and forth. And I've also got a REM pod. Thank you very much, Brad, for that REM pod, is actually sitting in the back window here just to my right here in the studio. So if you start hearing a bunch of beeping sounds, that's my REM pod going off.
Or a grown man weeping.
That can happen too.
That's probably more likely, I would say, no offense. Now
the over-under is like 60-40 that I do weep.
Now here's the thing. Okay. So if we go down over here, which is not impossible, we don't want to, obviously, but if that happens, would you be able to chit chat about what's going on over there and kind of keep things going while we figure out what's happening?
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking forward to it. I've got a few factoids about Halloween stored away that we can discuss on the air. So we're actually pretty good over here in case something happens over there, but I don't think it will.
Well, I admire your confidence. Like I said, we already see one camera down. Locale Makers Market is down, I see already. But why don't we start by letting everybody know? And one of the things I want to do in one of the other segments, these are pretty funny, asked today on Facebook if anybody had any regrets about a costume that they have worn before. And so a lot of people gave their opinion and what was pretty bad for them. And I put mine in there too. So one of the other segments coming up, we're going to do that. We're going to do paranormal investigating probably a little bit closer to the end of this hour for hour one. But Jody, why don't you talk to us a little bit about the space we're in right now, please?
Well, we're currently in my brand new space called the Midwest Witchery Healing Center. So this is a brand new classroom. I also carry my clothing line in here, and it is going to be at the healing center. So we can do hypnotherapy, Reiki. We are going to have a past life regressionist. In fact, you can already go online and start booking it because she starts this next week. So we have a lot of cool opportunities here. Now, my store is still here. It's just two doors down right here in the building. But this room the energy in here. I mean, static, man, I got static happening. So, somebody's hanging out with us.
Yeah, I mean, and we also felt something in the tiki bar when
Absolutely.
we were setting up down there. Now you can see if you're watching on AM 950 radio or GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Facebook pages, we have 2 cameras set up in the tiki bar right now, and they both look really cool. But the thing is, it's like we're gonna have some folks down there in a little bit to do some investigating, see how that all goes. But nevertheless, this, like you said, your store. I mean, this is your store now as well, but this is more of a specialized room,
Yes,
right?
it is. It's a very specialized room.
Now, you did a seance. You did 2 seances over
Yes.
last weekend, right?
3. We
Oh,
had one on Friday, had one on Saturday, and one on Sunday. And a lot of people came through, and it was very, very wonderful. We had 2 different practitioners do it. One was Jody Hemingway,
Yep.
who's a special guest that comes out every year. Our other guest, or our other practitioner, is Jay Ryan, who
Yep.
is one of my actual regular people who work at my studio here at Midwest Witchery and Healing. And we are going to start doing them probably every other month. It went so well. We are planning like a Christmas Carol one coming up in December, kind of the Dickens, theme. So
What the
yeah.
Dickens, huh?
Yeah, what the Dickens.
So is this a seance like the traditional sense of it, where people are
Yes.
sitting around a table?
Yes, we're sitting around in a circle,
Oh,
and
that sounds
Mr. Ryan comes
amazing.
in. Sometimes he uses a crystal ball in the center. Sometimes he
Oh.
doesn't. It depends on how many people are here. Because of the space, we try to keep it at about 12 people because
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, man, they came in, and y'all know that I already talked to the dead. So it was like, holy moly, was it overwhelming? And it was like, okay, slow
Oh.
down. Too many people were coming in, and we had to kind of gear it a little bit. But we had such wonderful responses.
Now, were they doing any knocks or anything, or?
I think that there was a few. I did not participate
Sure.
Sunday night.
Got
I
it.
know that it was supposed to be done at 9, and it went over until 10 o'clock because they kept coming through
wow.
and things were happening. And I kept thinking to myself, what in the world is going on over there? But, I didn't want to disturb the energy. So
I can guarantee that there are a lot of people right now who are like, I'd like to take part in that, please. So you just post that on your Facebook page then, or?
yes, it will be
Okay.
on both Facebook and on Instagram. We will make sure that that is up so that you can see it. But not only that, when we have it up and running, you will be able to go to our website, which is www.midwestwitcheryhealing.com, and go under events, and you will find that. Mr. Ryan probably will have that out in the next couple of weeks for the one coming up in December. We usually give it a good 30 days beforehand, so you should be good for a little bit. But just watch for it. You can call our store and talk to us over the phone to see if it is up and running yet. Otherwise, just watch. I mean, Mr. Ryan is really good about getting that stuff up and posted for me.
I mean, and I just want to thank you because I've gone to a lot of seances, and they're just galleries. And this is what I want to go to when I hear the word seance. This is exactly what, and I want to have wallpaper exactly like this behind me, quite frankly, when I do that. Adam, how does that sound for a seance, huh?
I'm down. We got to do it live. We got to do it here.
We could try to work that out.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we are actually going to do, it's going to be like what you see in the movie. It's like the traditional turn of the century, 1900s, sitting around a bigger table in the center where our hands are on the table, or at least sitting around it, even if we're not touching, just to build that energy. Because when you're sitting around in a circle and we're working together with that, we build that energy. So it makes it a little easier for spirits to come through and actually vibe with us and talk with us.
Oh, I
And
would love
things move. We get movement.
You get movement, absolutely. Now, so apart from that, you've also, like you've been saying, you've been adding practitioners.
Yes, we have. So we have a brand new practitioner. Her name is Deb Roselle, and she does past life regressions. She also does hypnotherapy along with intuitive healing. She has been doing this for quite a while. She's also a nurse. She comes from down by Milwaukee is where she lives. So she'll be coming in a couple of times a month. I know that she is bookable currently online. Her prices are online. You can set up a private session, and she will be in here working. I think she's going to be here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Yes, my store is closed on Monday and Tuesday. However, to have the healing room open to do a full regression and hypnotherapy, the building is closed. It's quiet, and she can do a lot more healing, a lot more hypnotherapy in a calmer setting for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's exciting. Is this, I mean, you, since you and I started working together,
Yes.
the store has been growing quite a bit. Am I even correct calling it a store? I mean, it just feels like that's not quite exactly what it is, but you're getting the point.
Yes.
Is this just opportunities coming your way? Is this a long-term plan that you've been really working towards?
This has been a long-term plan I've been working toward, because the whole purpose of my store being called Midwest Witchery and Healing was about the healing. Being a medium, I'm more of a medium than I am a psychic. Yes, I do get psychic abilities that come through. I am more of a medium. However, I'm also an RN. And I've been practicing nursing over 20 years. So I want to take care of people. I'm a Reiki master. I am certified in healing touch. I do all these lovely little gadget things. And that was the intention. My original spot was too small. Now I've got the center here, bigger classroom, so I can have bigger classes and have them on the weekends, not just during the weekdays. And I can actually truly help those in need who want to do that past life regression hypnotherapy and get really healed.
Now, for those of you who have not been to the store before, it's where we are located right now. We are in the Grand Garage at Stillwater. This is, we would love to someday do something where we open up the event to listeners and stuff. This is us
Absolutely.
just doing a broadcast. In the second segment, we're going to go through exactly what's in the Grand Garage and talk a little bit about its paranormal history. But I want to kind of focus on the store, your store, because this is the only place you've had a store, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
This is my very first one, guys. I don't know. It's going great though.
Yes. I mean, from an outsider point of view, I'd say that it's not too shabby.
Year and a half in.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well,
Congratulations on
thank you
that.
so very much. I'm very pleased with
Yeah,
where
I would
where
say
we are.
so. Now, you went out trick-or-treating today.
I did. I have a little grandson. He is 2.5 years old. His name is Thomas, and he was dressed as a waste management garbage truck. And
The
he was
truck.
yes, yes. So he had this little. He would make the beep, 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 and you can hear the engine and everything. He was pretty proud of himself. But it was a lot of fun. We were up and we went to a couple family members, and then we went up onto the South Hill here in Stillwater. Very beautiful old homes from the Victorian era,
Mm.
and walked around, and it was just so much fun to watch him. And he was singing. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. And he was just so darn cute. That was my first time doing that with my grandchild. So very special for a little bit.
It really is, and that's. I mean, you gotta love those memories, right? I mean, you gotta thing. I mean, that's pretty incredible to be
Yeah.
able to do that. And there's also houses and stuff, and they are. I mean, this Stillwater is such an amazing place.
It really is. And there's so much history here from, the lumber baron age, when we were cutting down the trees and making, the windows and everything else with lumber. And it was one of the first cities in Minnesota. They called it the birthplace of Minnesota, but I think that there's a little bit of a argument whether Winona,
Of course, yeah,
I think it was Winona or Wabasha was the first.
sure.
And but we have a lot of spooks here in town. There's,
Yes.
old brothels. There's an old it was a prison, and it burnt down back in then I think it was 1988, if I can remember the
Yeah,
correct year.
I think it was. Yeah.
Mhm. And it was where the indigenous people were put, because they have the one in Bayport also. And so there's a lot of spooky things that happen at the new condos where that prison used to be. And of course, beautiful Victorian mansions, like you were saying, with the trolley tour, you
Yep.
get to learn about that. They used to do Victorian Christmas, and you could go tour the houses. And I'm not sure if they're doing that anymore, but I did that back in the 90s. And oh my gosh, these homes are amazing.
That's amazing. Just to basically duplicate what you just said. Yes, that's amazing. Why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about this wonderful building we're in, as well as the history of what we're kind of looking for. And we'll go camera by camera to see where our friends are tonight. So how's that sound?
Sounds beautiful.
We're listening to a fantastic 3-hour adventure in paranormal radio. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Is your home ready for the holidays? Be honest, how does your carpet look and smell right now? Okay, maybe you have a carpet disaster on your hands, but that's why you should call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Some people hire a deal of the day carpet cleaner to save a little money, but trust shouldn't come that easily. Don't DIY it. Call Zero Res because you know it's safe and effective. That's why this month you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $149 and take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Spell it forward or backward, it's the same. Zero Res. Refresh, restore, and protect your investment. Call Zero Res to clean your business the right way so your floors and surfaces stay cleaner longer without the harmful chemicals the other guys use.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with MetamorphosisConnections.com. MetamorphosisConnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search MetamorphosisConnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on MetamorphosisConnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting MetamorphosisConnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's MetamorphosisConnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Whether you rent or own a home, we all likely have nightmare stories about home maintenance, or what I like to call home cringe moments. Join me, your host, Katie Shahan, for the Yarlow Home Cringe Show. See what home cringe-worthy stories we have for you each week as we talk with local home service pros. Learn best practices for winterizing your home or what to look for after a hailstorm. Listen to the Yarlow Home Cringe Show every Sunday at 2 p.m. or on your favorite podcast app.
And happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950 as we are live from the Grand Garage in Stillwater, Minnesota, at a very haunted location. We want to remind everyone that tonight it's made possible by Midwest Witchery and Healing. Definitely go check out MidwestWitcheryHealing.com to be able to see everything that Jody has been talking about the last segment. And Jody, I just once again thank you so very much for everything and having us out here and allowing us to take part. But the thing is that what really was exciting for me is everybody else in this location, all the other businesses who gave up their night to sit here and help us do this. Can we talk about them for a little bit, please?
Oh, please. I got to be honest. I mean, I came into this building a year and a half ago, and I have been treated like family. We've got 2 beautiful practitioners who happen to have salons here. We have got Locale Makers Market. Tiki bar. And you guys, if you've never been to the tiki bar, I'm just saying, we got this winter thing going on. Come get some tiki drinks, some cocktails. I'm leaving for Hawaii Friday, and I'm saying this is my go-to so that when I'm missing Hawaii, I go get some really good food. But everybody has been family here. We watch out for each other. We take care of each other here. And, it really shows. I mean, it's just, we're family. We're just family. And Tara was so sweet. She told me stories. When they first moved in, there was some strange things happening there, and they had me come over. We've talked, and I'm going to let her tell the stories when you guys talk with her a little bit later. Chris has had stories. In fact, they've got the camera stone at the tiki bar, and back by that back bar, things happen. Things get moved. They've had bottles fall off shelves for no reason. The security cameras go off. Chris gets called a lot. So yeah, just a lot of different cool things. But this building is over 100 years old. And when you walk around in the building, there's a whole bunch of different things that have been brought forth to create this building. So that's kind of cool. And it gives it a little different avenue. But the camera that's up right now, that is in the Locale Maker's Mark, and it's a part where they do permanent jewelry in there. And so it's a really cool place. And I think that is Shar sitting in there and
Yes, it is.
investigating.
Yep.
And the gal that owns that, she's had a few things happen there, a little bit of movement, things falling off the walls for no reason. And we believe she had me come over when it happened. She was pretty scared. And I'm like, you got mirrors? And she goes, yeah, I got this new mirror over at an antique shop. And I said, where's the third one? And she looked at me dead in the eye and she's like, how did you know there was a third one? And I said, because the lady in the room wants to know where the third one is. She wants them kept together. And so she had to call the antique shop and have them put it on hold so she could go get the third one. Now the mirrors are together and the lady is very happy because she was very proud of those pieces. And so that was kind of a cool little story. And again, other things have happened in there. And Tara's got some great stuff. There's glassware in there. There's clothing. There is a pack. How do you say it? It's not a llama. Alpaca.
Alpaca, yeah.
Yep, they've got alpaca stuff in there. Freeze-dried candy is some beautiful artwork. I mean, she's got crystals also. There's just an array of things in there. It's a really, really cool thing. She brings different practitioners in to create this store. Kind of like I do at my store. I do the same thing. I bring in different practitioners that make different things so that, they get to sell and have a platform for the pagan community. And Christopher with his bar, I mean, my goodness sakes, we have great live music Wednesdays through Sundays, and they're closed on Monday. Great food, like I said, and cocktails are amazing. And the staff down there, they're just like your brothers and sisters. I mean, everybody is such a wonderful group of people in this building.
That is great. And as soon as I got in here, and there has been a lot of, seems like every one of them have given up their Halloween for us tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so Shar just sent us a note, and she just says that the laser grid is responding to questions like a flashlight would. Let's see here. I think Shar needs to unmute on her end if she can. I don't know if you can hear us or not. I think she's trying to. This is cool. This is really cool. Now we can't see the laser grid actually. I don't know. There's Shar.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you. Thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, good. So I didn't expect the laser grid to be answering questions. I thought it just went out on its own, but it's going on and off.
So for our folks who are listening on the radio, do you want to explain what a laser grid is, or would you like me to?
So the laser grid, we have it set up kind of like where I'm pointing back here. It's a green grid of dots that light up a room. And so the theory is if something energetically walks through, it'll block some of the lights out so you can see something walk through. And normally it just stays on all the time, but it's going on and off for questions.
So let me ask you a question, Shar, because Brad brings up a good point. We have the IR light on. Would you be able to unplug it and then we could see the laser grid? So it's right behind. It should be right. And if you don't have to, you don't want to. We could do it for another break or something.
You know what? I'll just tip it. We'll see if it. Can you turn the grid back on for me, please?
So it's currently off.
I took the IR down.
It turned on.
Yeah, did you see it turn on?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shar, ask her if it's a lady or a male, because I'm curious if it's the lady that's attached to the 3 mirrors.
It currently, the answer I got is it's a child between the ages of 5 and 10. Thank you.
What other questions have you been asking?
That's kind of about as far as I got.
It's pretty amazing, quite honestly.
I started asking just some generic questions just to see if it was just the laser grid being weird or if it was just actually answering questions. So thank you. Can you turn it back off? Thank you. Is this a girl between the ages of 5 and 10? If yes, can you turn it back on? So then this must be a boy between the ages of 5 and 10. If so, can you turn that back on? Thank you.
It did it.
Wow.
Do you hang out in just this store? If yes, turn it on. Do you go to all of the stores here? If yes, turn it back on. Thank you.
Shar, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Brad said that he saw a light anomaly just probably now about 20 seconds ago in the right portion of the feed. Have you seen or felt anything else enter your area or anything?
I didn't see that. I do feel the energy for sure. I felt like something was playing with my hair when I first sat down. And I was using the dowsing rods to start, and the dowsing words weren't answering, the laser grid was answering. So that was kind of interesting.
Have you had this before where the laser grid is acting as a flashlight answering questions?
I've never had this happen.
No. And now it turned back on again.
Well, it is Halloween, you guys. Children
Are you
gonna-
excited to be here with us? If yes, turn the flashlight on, or the grid on. You turn the pretty green lights on for yes. Okay. Do you know? Oh, it went on before you. Do you know who Tara is? Can you turn the flashlight on for yes? Turn the lights on. Do you go in and out of the door upstairs in this space?
We heard
Turn the lights on.
we heard something. It turned on, folks. We heard something over on your end, like something like touching the mic or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone else? Okay, Danielle said that she heard something as well. Anyone else? Put it in the comments, please.
I do hear the living people out in the hallway slightly, so some voice carryover is coming through.
Turn back on, and we do too, but that wasn't it because we heard coughing and stuff earlier. Yeah.
It sounded more like almost like a grumbly, or somebody took their fingers over like the microphone.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Can you knock on a wall instead of using the light? Just a light little knock.
Shar?
Yeah.
The REM pod at AM 950 just went off, according to Adam.
Nice. Are you using the lights over by our friend Adam too?
Oh, wow. It went off.
That's interesting.
That's really interesting. Can we bring in Adam? And Adam just said, Adam, jump on in if you want to. Adam said it came on again.
Yeah, that's what you just heard in the background.
Yeah,
Okay, I asked if they were using it, so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's gone off a couple of times now. This is really neat.
So just for those who are listening and watching, we are having different types of activity at two very separate locations, one in Stillwater and the other in Eden Prairie.
So, Greg, a question for you. Can the energies actually manipulate something here in Stillwater and over in Eden Prairie at the same time? Because there's a connection?
Absolutely. No such thing as proximity.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
My first
Transmitter lights room
so I
just
knew.
went on.
What just went on?
The light in the transmitter room just went off and on again. Oh,
I'm scared.
This is amazing. Oh my God. Oh, wow. This is fun.
Well, the veil is the thinnest on All Hallows
If
Eve.
you made that light go on and off where Adam is, can you blink these lights twice? You turn them on twice in a row if you're playing with the lights by Adam.
It's going off at Adam's end. That's what I'm hearing, right,
Yeah,
Adam?
that was the REM pod behind me in the studio.
And it wasn't going off until okay, now it went off. One.
And I got it on my end.
They're going back and forth.
Guys, this is pretty cool.
Can you turn the laser grid on where Char's at in Stillwater?
Please.
And thank you.
There you go.
It did it.
That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Now, Adam.
Yes, sir.
Serious question for you.
Yeah.
Did you bring a change of underwear? Are you cool? Do you need Chad to run some underwear over to AM 950 stat?
No, I am perfectly cool. This is so amazing.
It is. This is fun.
I wonder if the guys are getting.
And it went back on.
Look at that.
It went, yeah, look at that. That's
Did it
pretty
go on
amazing.
for Adam again too at the same time?
Yeah, but I had my mic off so they didn't hear it.
Wow.
You two keep asking questions. We have some time? Just enjoy it. This is cool.
Just for the record, there is some noises happening behind me, like some tapping on the wall.
Really?
Oh my.
And it's getting cooler in here all of a sudden.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Okay, I had a cold chill before the REM pod went off the first time. But I wasn't sure if that was me or just being in the basement of the station. Apparently not me.
Wow.
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 Thank you.
Danielle said that she saw something go across your screen and the laser just went off again or on for sure.
The temperature is definitely shifting in here. It's getting much cooler.
Yes, we do. Why don't you two keep talking? I'm going to grab my REM pod from the hallway and bring it in here. See
Sounds
if we get
good.
anything.
And to answer Brad's question in the chat here, it's about, let's see, about 3 arm lengths away. I got to roll all the way back to the wall. So I'm going to say about a good 10 feet. Yeah, that's how far the REM pod is from me.
And the laser grid is probably about 3 feet from me. Behind me where I'm pointing is where the REM pod is.
Is it still cool in there, Char?
Yeah, the temperature's dropping in here significantly. Because I've been hot and now I'm starting to get a little chilled.
Have you felt anything touch you or pull your
Can you turn that light back on again? Thank you. Wow. Are you having fun with us? If yes, you can turn it on. They're using the laser grid like a flashlight. Can you
Ask
say
if
hi,
you see him
Kyle?
from
Right
the
now, it's on.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leanne says that orb lower left corner. She saw one. We also brought in a REM pod in here to see if maybe we can play along too.
Is either on or it's off.
Yeah, it's going on and off, asking questions, and it's corresponding with the REM pod at the station.
Wow.
So the voice you're hearing is Kyle.
Let me ask whoever's working with the laser grid, is it okay if we're here, or would it be better if we just left you with Shar? Okay.
I would like it if Shar could be by herself personally.
Okay.
And we'll get to you and True in about 5-10 minutes. How's that?
Oh, he left real fast.
And then people are seeing stuff showing up on the screen. All right, just want to let you know. And why don't we do this, because this is pretty cool. We're going to leave this up on screen for those who are watching on the AM 950 Facebook and GhostBox Radio Facebook stream. But let's, Adam, let's go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're just going to keep this going. We have lots to talk about, but we're going to take care of the activity first. Everyone, this is pretty amazing. I am so excited.
I am too.
You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your
Thank you. Are you using the REM pod by Craig? Greg and Jody, do you remember Jody? Can you knock? You knock on the wall? Can you make the lights go on really fast twice in a row, like on, off, on, off? Is that too hard? That's okay. You make it just go on once. Thank you.
Seven. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. We are, we're having a great time here. I mean, already it's kind of blown away my expectations, Jody. I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, I'm here all the time, and I know things are moving all the time. So for me, I'm pretty happy that they came on camera for you guys.
Absolutely. So for those who have been listening, we had Shar is in the Locale Makers Market and garage in Stillwater. This is where we're from right now. And basically what's going on is we're doing a paranormal investigation. We being Shar and Adam back at the station. Adam, can you let me know what's been going on over there since we last checked in?
All right, since the break, my REM pod's gone off one more time, and Yeah, it's been very interesting. We've had the lights in the transmitter room, which is next to the studio, go off and then off and on again, like 2 times in a row. That's the second time I've seen that happen since working here. And it's always around your show. Thanks, Greg. But yeah, the REM pod has been great. I've actually turned it off since at the moment. I'm about to turn it back on once I kill the mic here. But a little bit chilly down here in the what's usually a humid basement.
You're feeling it, huh?
Yeah, especially up around my arms and coming up behind me. It feels like there's a draft where the door's open, but there really is no draft that cuts through here.
Got it. Yeah, no, there isn't. There really isn't. And like, is the door going from the back hallway into the studio? Is that closed as well?
Yeah, the only door I have open is the one that leads to the 2 studios, and of course the one that's always open. But no, the very back door behind where the TV is, that's shut. So I don't have that full draft going through.
Now, Shar, we've been having the stuff. We've been having you on for a while, but we haven't really checked in with you. What's been going on your end over at the Locale Makers Market?
So same thing. It's kind of just going on and off. I did ask for it to go use the REM pod you went to get. So I don't know if that went off during the commercial break at all.
No. So far we brought in a REM pod, and nothing has gone off in here yet.
Okay. All right. So that is about it. It's still chilly in here, which is interesting that Adam's also getting a chill too. It's almost like it's kind of coinciding a little bit. There you go.
It went off again. The laser grid went off again in this beautiful room in Locale Maker Market, part of not motion. You have to flip the switch. Adam, are you saying that you have to flip the switch? Like the spirit would have to flip it for it to work. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It's not a motion sensor light or anything like that. You would actually have to go in, and I would be able to see somebody in there to flip the light.
That's crazy.
I just saw something kind of above Shar's head going off to the left.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I saw that too, and I wasn't really sure if that was a light coming in from outside or up. There's the
There he goes again. I was just raptured in your words, Adam, so I totally missed it, I guess.
No, there was a question in the chat if it was a motion sensor light in the transmitter room. And
nope, and it's good. It's a really good question to ask, actually. And of course, I can resaw it again.
Yeah, blue right behind Shar's head. Ask Shar, are you cold behind you?
It's kind of more on my right side, maybe towards the back.
Oh, orb just went right behind your head.
Yeah, it's been getting chillier. Okay, thank you. It's starting to shift a little bit. I feel like it may be kind of waning a little bit now. It's not as intense in here.
One of the questions that Jody had, we never got around to asking it. Do you feel like there's more than one spirit in there?
Yeah.
I feel like Joseph is over there.
Who?
Shar,
Is there an older gentleman in this space? Could you turn the light on for yes?
Yep.
Thank you.
Turned on.
Is the young boy still here? Okay, that's what I figured. I thought it had shifted energies, so now we have a gentleman here. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Do you move about the whole entire building? If yes, you can turn the light on. Thank you.
Can I just intercede for a moment? Chad just texted me. He said when he was walking out of the tiki bar, Kyle said his device got action too. I think in a couple minutes, Shar, if you're okay with it, we might move over to Kyle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like the gentleman isn't quite as chatty as the child was, so it's kind of shifting.
It could have been a shadow that just went by.
Just something like took up the whole screen and went across, didn't it?
And when you're looking at the screen, folks, on the left-hand side where Shar is, it's a wall. There's a couch and a wall, and across from her, there's another wall. There is nowhere going in and out, but it looked like a shadow just came from the back side of Shar and went from the left to the right-hand side of the screen.
Now, Brad also said, and I wonder if this is the same thing that we saw, actually. I'm not one to claim orbs, but there was another one that left a light trail at the top of the screen. I didn't see that one, actually. But anyone else see that? We're just curious. We like to know what everyone's seeing. How you're feeling in there?
Okay, I feel like the gentleman isn't super chatty. He's kind of a middle-aged man. I feel like he lost his hat. Did you lose your hat? Okay. I'm not sure where your hat's at. But we'll help you look for it throughout the night. If I find a hat, I'll let you know.
Shar, ask him to go over to my store, because I believe that's Joseph. His top hat will be upstairs.
Oh. Is this Joseph?
Your Cass.
Do you go visit Jody at her shop down the hall? Across the hall here? Would he feel like he might be like, I wouldn't say in trouble, but kind of like, oops?
Possibly, I'm not sure, because I do not know how he died. He's just attached to my staircase. He's extremely proud of it because he created it, and I always see him very well-to-do, late 1800s, wearing a top hat on my staircase.
Yes.
And if
Except for he can't find his hat at the moment.
Oh, it should be upstairs, Joseph. You usually leave it upstairs at the top of the staircase.
Oh, your hat is over in Jody's store across the aisle. If you would like to go find it over there. She said she has it.
Matt McNeil is listening to the program tonight. You can listen to him 3 to 5 weekdays. Matt, yep, it's you're in trouble. That's all I'm going to say, Matt. You are in trouble. Yeah, I put that up on the screen. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for chatting with me. I appreciate that. It was very nice to meet you.
First of all, and thank you very much to the spirit that's in that room with Shar. Thank you so much for giving so much of your time. We're going to move over to where are we at for time? We're going to move over to Kyle and True. I'm not sure if they can hear us. Kyle, can you hear us? I'm not sure if he can hear us. Let's see. We're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a quick note. See if he can hear us. No, he said he texted me to say no, he can't hear us. So I think what we'll do, we'll plan for the first segment in the next hour to go to Tilted Tiki. In the meantime, I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of play out the hour here and kind of talk about what we've just experienced, because, folks, I mean, we have people all over this location at the Grand Garage.
Yes, we do.
I mean, it's pretty incredible, all the cameras and stuff we have up here. Matter of fact, let's put them up on screen again so everyone can enjoy what we have going on here. If I can find my mouse. That's another paranormal moment is where is my mouse? So we have the rooms that we have here is we'll do this way. So we have the locale makers market. We have 2 cameras in the Tilted Tiki. We also have I like this too. We have just a static camera on the back stairwell here.
Yep.
And we also have one on the other stairwell.
That stairwell is such a beautiful stairwell, and I have to talk about that. And you can see a little, oh, I guess you can't, but there was some stained glass ceilings up there. But
Yeah.
that staircase came from the old Federal Bank building in Minneapolis when they created this
That's
building in
right.
the 80s. So it's kind of neat. There's probably a lot of different energies attached to that. And it is a brass, is it brass or copper?
Yeah. I think,
Brass.
yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of energies I'm thinking are attached to that one. And there's a lot of strange feelings back there by the staircases and the back hallway. You can really feel the energies. Last time you were here, Greg, in fact, you felt it. Remember that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, this is quite the locale. And I'm just going to go through the cameras real fast over here again. So this is the stairwell that Jody was just talking about. This over here is the back hallway, which is adjacent to that stairwell.
Yes, and apparently quite a few years ago, they found somebody had passed away in the building.
Yeah.
And we're not for sure the location of where it took place. Chris, the owner of the Tiki Bar, had heard that it was in the basement of the building. I had been told stories that it was either in this hallway or in the back. So, different stories over the years, and it took place before I was here, so I'm not sure the true story.
It's incredible though, isn't it? I got two cameras over at Tilted Tiki, one that doesn't have our friends on it yet, and they'll move over there at some point. And then we have another one where they're working. We'll get, after when we are back in the second hour, we're going to focus on them. I'm just going to go down there and check out the audio issues there. And then of course we have Shar currently in the locale makers market. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out the right word for that. I don't know if I have
A lot of activity.
a lot of activity tonight. It's been absolutely incredible. And
I don't know if Chad is out there and bumped something, but I felt like I heard something over here just a little bit ago when you were talking.
oh, really?
Yeah, over
Did
in
it
the
sound like
corner
in
of the
here
room.
or
Yeah,
out of?
like no, it was like in here, like somebody tapped on the wall.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, Chad. If you can hear us, did you hit something? No. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then Emily has said that. Let's see here. Emily has said the empty space behind is very active. I was just there, and my kids and I were there. We did not feel super welcome on that space.
Yeah, we get the heebie-jeebies over there. You feel the sting and the hair is crawling on the back of the neck over on the side here.
All right. Yeah. So a lot of. I'm assuming that's from Char. Then maybe. Let's see. Yeah, she's moving. I'm going to mute her. And that's there. There you go. So let's see. Brad had asked the question. Did you guys say there was a kid spirit in the room with Shar? And yes, we did, didn't we?
Yes, it's a little boy between the ages of 5 and 10. And the ironic part of this is last year when Wes, one of my practitioners, was here, he's the voodoo priest, and they were doing a seance inside my store upstairs, and they pulled through a little boy.
Fantastic. Wow. So we're coming up to the end of the first hour. That seemed like about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was incredible. This is pretty amazing, actually. I am so blessed to be able to spend all this with all of you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to come back for hour 2. We're going to go to the Tilted Tiki. We're going to do an investigation in there. We have so much to get to. Please stick around for hour 2. We're loving this. And Adam, we're going to check in with you at the studio. We are listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950, and we'll be back.
Hi, it's Matt McNeil. Listen to the Matt McNeil Show from 3 until 5 weekday afternoons right here on the progressive voice of Minnesota, AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. The toll from Israeli strikes in the Jabalia refugee camp near Gaza City is unknown so far. The bodies were lined up outside a hospital, and a doctor there says hundreds were killed or wounded. Israel says the apartment building's hit also served as a command center for Hamas, and strikes targeted a key planner of the militants' bloody October 7th rampage that started the war. Meantime, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says humanitarian aid is being delivered.
It's a trickle compared to what needs to get in, and we're going to keep working that very, very hard.
Yemen's Houthi rebels are claiming to have carried out missile and drone attacks targeting Israel. Meanwhile, FBI Director Christopher Wray tells the Senate Homeland Security Committee,
"Our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks against Americans going about their daily lives."
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin made a case to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee for aid for Israel and Ukraine.
If we fail to lead, the costs and threats to the United States will only grow. We must not give our friends, our rivals, or our foes any reason to doubt America's resolve.
And President Biden's proposing rules to crack down on so-called junk fees on retirement investment accounts. Norman Hall has details.
Speaking at the White House, the president said the government is seeking to protect millions of Americans, especially seniors, from being targeted by some financial advisors.
Some advisors and brokers steer their clients towards certain investments, not because of the best interest of the client, because it means the best payout for the broker.
The new Labor Department rule would force financial advisors to only provide advice and recommend investments that are in a client's best interest.
This is about basic fairness. People are tired of being played for suckers.
Plan administrators will have to provide more information about fees associated with investments. I'm Norman Hall.
This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, the most informative source for progressive politics and news in the Twin Cities. Get involved online at am950radio.com, where you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, check out the local businesses that help make this content available, and stay up to date on the latest news and upcoming events. You can always reach us by email at comment@am950radio.com. That's comment@am950radio.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm the host of Exploring Sovereignty with Elizabeth. In this radio show and podcast, we have conversations with heart-centered thought leaders to explore their pathway to becoming free, and we will shine a light on what has been hidden, often in plain sight, what they pay attention to, and how it has transformed them and others into a higher level thinking and feeling state during this time of great change. Explore being consciously aware, authentically free, and courageously sovereign with us. Sundays at 11 a.m. on AM 950, and check out our early release episodes that drop Thursdays on your favorite podcast apps.
Next time on Philosophy Talk, referring to the world.
In December 2019, our dear friend Ken Taylor announced that he had a complete draft of a book he'd been writing for years.
Tragically and unexpectedly, Ken passed away later that day.
But thanks to a group of dedicated colleagues, his book has just been published.
So join us as we refer to the world of Ken's ideas.
Referring to the world, next time on Philosophy Talk.
Philosophy Talk, every Sunday at 8 a.m. on AM 950.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 24, then sunshine Wednesday with a high of 37. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
And welcome back to hour 2 of our Halloween special of GhostBox Radio at AM 950. This is hour 2 of a 3-hour tour. So far, so good, right? It's been kind of fun.
Oh my gosh, this has been great.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I told you this place was haunted.
Yeah, no kidding. This has been fantastic. Everyone, I'd also like to once again thank Witch Jody. She has made this possible, and then the people within this place have made it possible. It's just been one massive um just a group effort. And I also want to thank the people on my side who have given so much of their night tonight to take part in what we're doing. First of all, I'd like to thank Chad very much for believing that this is something that could take up 3 hours of radio time. I really do appreciate that very much. Also, of course, Char Savoy, thank you very much. Kyle, who we're going to see in the Tilted Tiki, and then True is going to be in there as well.
Yes, True is a great guy. He is such a great guy. I took him out with us to Salem here at the beginning of October.
Nice.
And he's been on investigations before, so I have not. So this is all new to me.
Yeah,
And
he's saying that he
likes
had been
it.
on stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And then once again, folks, please support what Witch Jody is doing, because I mean, she is so into this culture. We are in the same culture. We support each other. Please come down to Stillwater, visit this beautiful store. Once we find out about the seance, we probably don't need to advertise it, but we will anyway. I got to get in on that. That's for sure.
Oh, you got to come. You got to come. I think it would be fun.
I was going to this weekend, and we talked about certain reasons why I wasn't quite sure, but we will. We definitely will. And please go to MidwestWitcheryHealing.com because if you are not in Minnesota, you have a lot of stuff online.
We do. We don't have our full gamut online, but we do have quite a bit. And one of the nice things is with the classes, Mr. Ryan is helping me. We are going to go live with them where you can actually be a part of classes online. And we are going to actually record some of them so that they'll be out there in a PDF form. I'm not a tech person, guys. So that you'll be able to purchase it. You can get the course. You can get like handouts, PowerPoints, all that kind of stuff. That is coming December, maybe January at the latest. But yeah, we're really working hard at this to make it accessible to everybody around the country. Because I get a lot of people who follow me and they're like, "Whoa, you put your classes online. I want to be a part of it, but I live in Missouri or I live in the Carolinas or whatever." And I'm like, I don't know how to play with computers, so I'll work on it.
Yeah, please go check it out. And I would say too, if there's something that you would, if you go to the site and you're curious about something, have a question about something, reach out to Witch Jody.
Yes, please do. One of my big classes coming up here in December is called Opening Your Psychic Awareness. So I'm going to actually teach you how to open up your own psychic abilities and mediumship because we all have it.
Right.
We shut it down. So I'm going to help you try to reopen that back up, and that'll be fun. A real fun class.
So, what we want to also do, first of all, I want to check in with Adam real fast over at AM 950 Studios. How are things going over there? Any new activity? Are you still even there? That's, have you been gobbled up by the seventh gate? What's going on over there?
Well, Patrick won't return my calls, so I guess I got to finish out the night here. I actually turned the REM pod off, not because it was being loud and annoying, but
you're
I need to
scared.
concentrate. No, I need to concentrate. A little
I
bit.
warned you this was going to happen. You didn't listen to me.
No, I didn't. That's why I'm kind of scared to, like, over the next couple days, go over the digital recorder I've left in the hallway.
Oh yeah, no, you're doomed.
But
I'm done. I don't want to mince words with you. It's pretty much done. Now, also, I just got to say, because we did, like I said, we saw Matt McNeil that's listening, and yeah, Matt. I mean, did you not know that this place AM 950 was haunted? I mean, we get a lot of activity, and it may be because we started doing a paranormal radio show there every night too. I don't know. I mean, what do I know about this stuff? Yeah. So why don't we do this? Brad is like, just be wary of the EVP you get. Get out, Adam. It'd be great though if it said "Get out, Adam," like your name is used. Those are the personal touch.
Yeah, if it's an intelligent haunt like that, you may need to find a new Thursday, Friday board op. I'm kidding.
It just builds character. You're good. You're good. I got some folks that are watching locally that are tuning in to AM 950. I'm assuming Facebook page. Mark is watching from Robbins. Hinsdale. Appreciate very much you taking part. Folks, once again, this is completely interactive. If there's anything you see, let us know. Also, feel free to call in and let us know if there's anything you'd like to talk about. You can call in at 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. If Adam doesn't answer the phone, he might be hiding under the table, and that's fine. We all deal with this in our own way.
Yes, we do.
So
I run to the fire, not away from it, but
Adam is relatively new at this, and for him to even bring in the equipment and do it, it needs to be commended. And I think that it's very, very cool. So Adam probably does need to get a bottle of Florida water. I'll tell you, Chris, who owns the Tilted Tiki, he wanted to give me some Florida water too.
I have some Florida water in my store too. You know.
Well, his Florida water was more like
a cocktail.
A beer. Yeah. He's like, do you need a beer? I'm like, I do, but we won't do that right now. So why don't we go over, speaking of the Tilted Tiki,
yes.
Let's go over the Tilted Tiki right now. And I see True over there. I don't know. Hi, True. Did Kyle run out screaming? Here, let me unmute you there. There you go. Try that again. True, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now. You sound great. Where's Kyle? Whatever happened to him?
He's sitting over in the corner over there. Greg, I'm on the other camera.
Oh, for goodness sake. This is what happens when you have there's Kyle. Look at you. My goodness, huh?
Hey, how's it going?
So we also have, and Brad, we definitely want to talk about the fact that yes, your boxes. Brad makes a lot of paranormal equipment. His store is called Crack Skull Paranormal. You can go there. I don't know if you still have an Etsy store or not, Brad, but people, go to his Facebook page, Crack Skull Paranormal, and we're talking about paranormal equipment at a very reasonable price, and he makes it not only with his hands but with love. So Kyle, what are you all doing over there? What are you going to show us tonight?
Well, we're here in the fabulous Tilted Tiki, and Drew and I are set up in different spots of the restaurant here. I'm rocking a PSP7 Pro, Gary Galka's new Spirit Box, and I got to tell you, this thing is fantastic. Sweep rate is so fast. We've been getting some really fun interactions in here. It's kind of got a lighthearted feel.
You said lighthearted, very easy, it just sounds like they're all in on it.
Yeah. It seems like we're getting some pretty good cooperation. They seem to be wanting to take advantage of the K2 EMF meter as well, and we've had the lantern that you set up going off as well, and just a lot of fun, lighthearted action on this Halloween.
So, do you want to do any sort of a session of any kind while we have the cameras on you both?
Yeah, if you're open to it, we'd love to take the Pro out for a ride.
Absolutely. And I just want to tell people the Spirit Box isn't an easy thing to hear. And I don't know how well it's going to translate through radio. So Kyle is going to just blurt out whatever he hears. And the purpose of a Spirit Box is it's a radio, basically. And that radio, and I'll come back to you in a second, Kyle, that radio will scan through the frequencies of your AM or FM dial, but instead of a radio that would normally stop at a station, these continue going forward and they go at a very fast pace. So what happens is that it creates energy. And Gary Galka, who we've had on the show before back in July, he created this new version of Spirit Box where the words are coming at us very quickly in full sentences. And what Gary also said in that program is that the spirits through the Spirit Box told him how they connect, and that's by using thought. They think of the words, and that's what comes through on the static. So it might be a little annoying to hear, but it might be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go back to you, Kyle, if you'd like to go ahead and just get things going here. If I can find my mouse again, and let's spend a few minutes and let's have some fun.
Great. would you and Jody like to ask the questions, and I can hear you I can tell you what I hear?
We can, yeah, absolutely. We
Love
can do that.
to.
And folks, don't forget, you can ask the questions in the comments as well. So do you want to start with questions?
Yeah, let's try something really strange. So this used to be Grand Garage. It was an actual garage. It was the very first Stillwater Motors. It was also like a gas station. So let's see if we have a service attendant or I don't know, a motor attendant that would be willing to come through for us up there at the Tiki Bar.
I would.
Wow.
That's pretty good. What's your name?
The question was, what was your name?
Yes. Did it ask you to repeat the question?
Kurt.
Kurt, did you work on cars?
I got a female voice that said yes.
Now, it doesn't always mean that we get the correct what we would think of, like, a woman answering doesn't always come in a woman's voice. So it could still very well be Kurt. Kurt, did you grow up in Stillwater?
If I'm still speaking with Kurt, where are you from?
And Kyle's just waiting for a
I
response.
believe I heard the word home.
Home. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Interesting, yeah.
How many, Kyle, how many spirits are currently in the Grand Garage? Can they give us a number, please?
3. Very clear.
Wow. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Now, Brad says that that something was just messing with his 3D printer, and he's thinking that we're causing that. Are other spirits messing with people listening in on us tonight?
I got a you are.
Of course we are.
Oh, that is great. And see some folks from AM 950 watching tonight. Laura, thank you very much for watching. Really nice to see you on here tonight. What's Kurt's favorite drink?
Kurt, if we were making drinks, what would you be drinking tonight? Are you a whiskey or a beer guy? Or don't you drink?
No to drink?
I don't.
You don't drink. Me?
Ask if Kurt is a gas attendant.
Do you prefer Kurt or Curtis?
See what kind of a career Kurt had.
Yeah.
I think Curtis might be a little shy.
Now, can I ask you something, Kyle?
Yes.
When you asked the question, you think it's Kurt or Curtis? Did you have some sort of feeling that we were not addressing him properly?
I kind of got that feeling, Greg, especially when I started asking him about what he was drinking. I just wasn't sure that he was open anymore. It kind of felt like maybe I was prying a little bit.
Now we did get Emily. Might as well keep pushing it forward here. Emily just is kind of giving us a little bit of I don't want to say warning, but just letting us know that she calls it shields up.
She's telling you to protect yourself because she's thinking the energy is going to get a little bit busy.
Curtis, who are the other two spirits that are here with you? May I speak to the other spirits that are here in the Tilted Tiki? It's a beautiful historical building. Thank you for sharing it with us this evening. What was your relationship to the building when you were here? Did you visit? Did you work here? I'm sorry that I missed that. Would you please repeat your answer?
So you heard a response but couldn't quite understand it, right?
I couldn't quite get it, yeah.
Got it.
But it did sound like a female voice.
Can we ask this? Jody just was touched in here. Jody, where were you touched?
Just somebody was playing with the top of my head, just like pulling at my hair a little bit.
Kyle, do you think that we could ask who that is?
May we please know who touched Jody in the other room? Curtis, do you know who touched Jody in the other room? I did. Female voice, very clear.
Well, that leads to thank you for that. That leads to the next question that Cynthia put through one of our listeners. She asked, is Curtis's girlfriend there?
I am getting a female voice that I'm unable to quite understand, but she's coming through, for several seconds at a time.
What the?
Curtis, would you please introduce us to the female that's with you? Yeah.
Was that female or male?
Male. Sounded like a third voice.
Different.
Very
Okay.
deep and gravelly, and the female voice was obviously very feminine. This was sort of like a younger man's voice.
All right. Did he work at the garage?
To the other gentleman that we're speaking with, the question to you is, did you work at the garage? No? Are you just visiting with us tonight?
Yeah.
Are you also from Stillwater? Yes.
That's pretty incredible.
Rather, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Now let's do this, Kyle. I'm going to let you continue on. We're going to take a break. For those who are watching on the feed, on the Facebook feed, we're going to leave it on Kyle. Let him investigate. For everyone else who's listening on the radio, we're going to have to take a quick break here. But when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation and investigation of the Grand Garage in Stillwater, Minnesota. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
I I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Is there something that you want to tell me? Brad? Do you have a message for Brad? Thank you. If you want to come over here and listen to some of this thing's going nuts compared to what happened over there. I mean, it's incredible.
Yes, it seems like it.
The timing of these answers are incredible.
Unless they can tell, like, you know,
I think they're
just being focused.
I think they're connected. So the fact that he was on sort of getting the questioning and stuff.
And it seems like wherever like they point their attention to, that's where the most interaction comes from.
Yeah. Is that right? Am I right that you are used to interacting with Greg? Okay.
You want to keep using the spirit box?
What is happening here? When I put this up on the calendar, it goes on.
Oh, you're shitting me, dude. I really don't know.
What?
I hope that was on camera. That's crazy.
Session, and we'll be getting back with Greg Bakun here in just a moment as well.
I don't know what's going on. It's not every time. It's like a.
It's like on the it's like the second you pass it this.
And currently they're trying to get the spirit box up and running. And we're going to hit Greg. And it looks like Shar has joined Greg.
All right.
We're
Here we
back
are.
live here on AM 950. Greg,
right.
Shar, take it away.
Thank you. All right. So we've been running around because we have some activity that's been going on here, and we've been trying to kind of see it. And Adam, maybe going forward, if you're able to let me know the commercial break, like how much time I have left through texting me, please, because I'll have my phone with me. And that's just gonna be easier if I'm off and running. But what have you been doing, Shar?
Okay, so I was sitting in this back staircase over here, which is absolutely beautiful. And I thought I would just try to sit and do some automatic writing and see if I could connect to anybody. The first person that came through was a lady named Flora. She's about late 20s, early 30s. And when I mentioned it to Tara, that is somebody they've seen when I described what she looked like.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Is that who they see at the front staircase? Do you know?
Nope, that was
Okay,
somebody else,
got
but
it.
this is somebody that her daughter saw in the bathroom.
Okay.
So described exactly the same as her daughter saw her. This land, this area, I don't know what you want to call blocks or whatever this little vicinity is. There were several tragedies here. I know some of the history, but not very much. So I know that this isn't stuff that I know off the top of my head, but I felt like in the late 1800s, there was probably some heavy flooding and a mudslide, which there was some people lost in that. A young man right after that, his name came in. His name is Graham.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in his mid-20s. So I don't know if he was part of that or not, but it was just kind of really quick flash of him. He was very nicely dressed. And then a girl named Rachel, who was about 10 years old, came through as well. And they just kind of wanted to be acknowledged. They didn't have a whole lot to say at that point. But then somebody had a head injury by slipping on the stairs back here. And apparently Chris verified that that just happened about 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and then I feel like it's happened probably more than once, but
Yeah.
Um, and then there was about 10 loggers, young men, late teens, early 20s that came through. I feel like they lost their life on the river. They all came in as a group. And then I don't know, somehow I felt like this building, I don't think it was like a hospital, but it was a makeshift emergency something.
Mhm.
Like they were bringing people here for something, just overflow or something at one point. It wasn't like a long time. It was just like something happened. They needed a place to bring people.
One of the things we talk about is never create a narrative.
Right.
But I'm going to try to create a narrative here, in a sense, because I think to myself, you say mudslide
Yeah.
and heavy lumber, in this area and stuff, and that seems like that would fit.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there was logging on the river. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a given, but I don't know much more than that. But it just felt like at some point somehow there was like an accident or something that these 10 men somehow lost their life or something. I don't know what happened, but they all were about the same age.
Wow. Could you tell us, because we're kind of going through things very quickly here, because you and I are very used to all these
Right.
terminology and stuff. What is automatic writing?
Automatic writing, basically I just sit and I just allow whatever comes to my mind to write it down. I'm not so much as a storyteller when it happens, it's more details.
Sure.
So I just kind of write, like I heard
line by
Florida.
line,
Yes, I
yep.
just wrote it down and I'm like, do you have an age? And just kind of naturally let it come down. But sometimes as a medium, when you can write the stuff down and get it out of your head, the information comes in much, much faster. And so otherwise it just sits in your head and then you're like, and I don't have somebody to say, hey, do you connect to this person? So if I just keep
Mhm.
writing, all these details will come out.
Kind of jumping around a little bit here, because I just want to acknowledge some of you here. Kevin says, happy Halloween from Arkansas. Thank you very much for watching tonight. That's very cool. Thanks so much for broadcasting tonight. We have a similar place to the Grand Garage called the Crescent Hotel, located down the road, a piece of Eureka Springs. The Crescent has a checkered past and an active paranormal presence. That sounds pretty cool.
That is a place I would like to go to.
Absolutely.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it too, actually. I actually have. John Marson, who has been on our program a few times, the name Graham came through when we investigated the warden's house, which is in Stillwater.
It is. How far away is that from here?
Blocks.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
I just got goosebumps.
I mean, less than a mile for sure.
Wow. Okay.
And
Nice.
about 9 years ago, it
Wow.
was Team Things That Go Bump. So, okay, look at this. Leanne just sent us, and folks, this is why this is so much fun. Leanne just sent us something. There was a mudslide in that area in 1852.
Shut up.
Right?
Oh my God, I get goosebumps.
That is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Emily says that she's not 100% sure, but she thinks the building across the street from us was a makeshift emergency something or other at one point.
I'm gonna drop the mic now.
Yeah, right.
Wow, you guys, thank you for writing that stuff in, because it's really helpful for me, because sometimes I think it just is information in my head. So when it connects like that, it's amazing. Thank you for doing that.
That's very cool.
Wow, that's wow.
How are you feeling right now, huh?
I don't know. I got goosebumps now.
It's called the Brick Alley. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's pretty incredible. Denise and Ernie Pack, who are friends of ours and have been on the show too, they just wanted to say happy Halloween from the Ditto House in Kentucky, in West Point, Kentucky. Thank you very much. There's a lot of stuff going on around here. Also, we even got Mr. Patrick Zero Res himself. Just him banging around the AM 950 kitchen. Adam, I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if you'd rather have it be spirits or
He made tacos. That's the important information.
It's all that matters around here. So yeah, this is pretty incredible.
Wow, I'm blown away, honestly. I mean, I don't even know what to say to all of that. That's
I know, right? I know.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that information, you guys. Truly.
One of the things that Jody wanted to talk about, which I think it really helps with what we are experiencing here tonight, is the how water plays an important part.
Yeah.
How we're at the St. Croix, and I mean that no wonder why this whole town. I mean that just has to help the activity levels.
Oh, absolutely. And the St. Croix is an amazing river. It's a fast river.
Mm-hmm.
It's an intense river, and it's the river that divides Minnesota from Wisconsin. For those of you that are not around from here, it's what keeps us away from the cheese. But so
Look, the viewership just going down.
I know. No, I'm teasing. No, it's a beautiful, beautiful river, but it's very much and there's a lot of activity on the river. This is where all the big paddle boats are.
Yep.
I mean, there's
A lot
so
of
much
power.
there's so much that goes on this river. It's crazy, but yeah, I think it has more power than the Mississippi, to be honest.
Now, Brad says, don't knock our cheese. You're not in Wisconsin, Brad. What? I don't understand. Do you know what state you're in, Brad? I know that hearing your name on the Spirit Box may not have been what you wanted to hear, but I've never investigated anywhere in Stillwater before. I don't think I've ever investigated here.
I haven't either.
I mean, you could say that I'm still not investigating, which is fine.
True.
I'm enjoying immensely.
I've investigated the candy store down the street.
Right, I've investigated. I was going to investigate Chris's bar over at the Tilted Tiki, but then I remembered FCC regulations. So maybe.
And
later.
by the way, if you have not come to the Tilted Tiki, it is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, and as I mentioned to you when we were setting up, and we were feeling presence in there, but I also said I have not eated at the Tiki Tilly. Okay, let's try this again. Take two. I have not eaten at the Tilted Tiki, but the one time I came out here with checking of Jody and stuff, and she ordered chicken wings, and the smell of food from that place was just amazing. And trust me, folks, I like food, and and they looked amazing. So yeah,
it's great food. I've eaten there a few times. Wonderful drinks, wonderful food. It's the best.
Pretty amazing. And then Emily says that they're trying to get the historic courthouse, which yes, please. We would be very much wanting to take part in that.
That would be cool.
And those shenanigans. So yeah, I mean, Brad is Wisconsin born and raised, apparently.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. Adam, how's the activity going over there at AIM 950?
Activity is actually kind of calm right now. I heard two loud thumps just as we were going into that commercial break, and it sounded like it was actually in the studio itself. And it wasn't me knocking on anything, I can tell you that. And Brad, who I know the county he lives in now, it's pretty much just like Wisconsin. Because that's the county I grew up in, where he lives now.
I see. Now, and you're sure it's not Patrick making tacos up in the kitchen like he is telling us?
I think he's a liar. I smell no tacos, and to say that to a fat dude like myself and there be no tacos make me angry.
It is kind of pulling us along, isn't it, Adam?
It really is.
Yeah, no, I get it. And not to make matters worse, but Chad did bring pizza over to us for dinner.
I had a couple of bagels when I got here to the studio that I brought from home. Thanks, Chad.
John says next time that I'm over for dinner, dinner will be at the Tiki. Hey, I'm fine for that. I'm all about all of that. But I think what we're going to do in the next segment, I think I'd like to get Tara in here. She has no idea what's been happening in the
I told her.
Oh, there goes radio, folks. That's the suspense of radio ruin. Amateur AM is back. No, just kidding. But we can still talk to her about it, and we can talk to her about.
She's had some time to process.
Well, I mean, she looked a little frightened. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I know.
But And that's the thing, folks. I mean, like even Matt, and I'm sure Matt was joking. He's like, he had no idea that there's stuff happening at the station. Just because there's stuff happening at the station, here, anywhere, it's not a bad thing.
No, no, no. And nothing has felt bad at all. It's just very inquisitive, informative, just, hey, how's it going? We're passing through, whatever. And nothing has felt bad at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I think what we'll do, I think we're going to, I felt like we kind of ripped off Kyle and True a little bit. We didn't really spend a lot of time in there. So at some point, we're going to go back in there. I don't know if you want to join in over there at some point, see if something happens, or move Kyle over to Locale Makers Market. But we'll play around with stuff, and we'll get Tara in here. So let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue on this 3-hour tour. This has been a lot of fun.
That's ominous.
Yeah, well, it's Gilligan survived.
Okay, Skipper.
So we'll see what happens. We're gonna be back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
I love my Toyota vehicles, so when I have to get service done, there's only one place I go, Rudy Luther Toyota. They know Toyotas inside and out. It starts with them checking your alignment and tire treads with their Hunter Quick Check Drive inspection service. Oil changes, tires, batteries, wipers, no matter what you need done, they can help you with reliable Toyota parts and the best service team in Minnesota. Check out their website, rudyluthertoyota.com, for service and parts specials just for Toyota vehicles. Get your Toyota serviced at Rudy Luther Toyota, 394 and 169 in Golden Valley.
Feeling like people just don't get the vibrant rainbow unicorn that is your celestial essence? Have you been wondering how you stepped into this infernal, mundane timeline full of muggles, NPCs, and toilet paper shortages? Here at Magus Books and Herbs, we get you, and are staffed with real-life unicorns just waiting to help you rediscover your shine. So come explore your magical side with books, herbs, incense classes, and more at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or online at magusbooks.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 24, then sunshine Wednesday with a high of 37. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this very extensive episode of GhostBox Radio. We're very happy. This has been a lot of fun. Before we go forward, I just want to let you all know, for the rest of the week, I'm going to be taking the week off because it's been a lot putting this together. So the rest of the week, we're going to be doing the best of GhostBox Radio. Each episode is going to include 3 excerpts from our amazing guests. It's a great sampling of some of the amazing people we've had on our show, and I really wanted to be able to do that. So Wednesday through Friday, that's what we're going to have on. And please still take a listen. If you haven't listened to a lot of our shows, this is a great way to get excited and listen. And then also, I'll be back on November 6th. Our guest will be Brandon Alvis. At least that's where we left it off. I mean, he's a very busy person. He has a new TV show that's on T+E called Haunted Discoveries. It's very, very cool. And if you haven't had a chance to watch it, please do so. It's going to be pretty awesome. I have with me now, who doesn't want to be on radio, but we made her come on anyway. Tara is the owner of Locale Makers Market here at Grand at the Grand gas station here, and I wanted to bring her on because you heard about what Shar got in your store. You've told me a lot of what was going on in the store. I wonder if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit with everybody, and maybe let's start off with talk about your store a little bit. What do you offer there? Because I've been in there, and it's a beautiful location. You have a lot of good stuff in there. Would you mind talking about it? And you'll probably just want to hold the mic up a little. Thank you very much.
Sure. Locale Makers Market. We're located in the Grand Garage, downtown Stillwater. We are 32 small businesses under one roof. And every single one of our makers has had an encounter in our Stillwater space. So when I heard about this, I was really excited to speak with you. The stories that even just I've gotten are incredible.
Yeah.
So I was very interested to see that you guys actually had some experiences as well.
Now, there was one of the stories that you had talked about, the experiences, because I don't like to call it a story, because a story makes it sound like that it's maybe not true, but you've all have taken part in it in your store. One of the experiences I remember hearing about is there's a stairwell up in your store, and at the top there's a door. Where does that door go to?
We just have a little it's a little storage spot. It's maybe 5 feet by 7 feet. It's not large at all.
Okay. And then what happened in that with that?
Well, I'll back up a little bit. We have a couple of different makers that actually work in the shop, and one of our makers, his name is Chester. He's very much a skeptic, and we all had just kind of warned him, "Hey, there's some weird things that happen. There's a lady that likes to pop in, and we've had some really weird stuff happen." So he's like, "Yeah, okay." So he's working the shop, and he texts me midway through the day. I'm no longer a skeptic. Very
Wow.
cryptic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so later on, when we had a chance to connect, he just told me he went in, walked up, put his stuff in the fridge, which is up that next set of stairs. And as he walked back downstairs, he just kind of took a look around. Everything was fine. And maybe 15 minutes later said he was freezing cold. And he looked up, and the door was wide open. And he knew for a fact he had just walked by it. It wasn't open. Fine. Kind of got a chuckle, a little creeped out, went up, shut the door. Not really a big deal. And before the end of his shift, that door was open again.
Wow.
Yeah.
So so you've were able to convert one skeptic.
Yep.
When you opened the store, were you a skeptic?
I'm not at all.
Never have been.
skeptical. No.
So tonight, Shar has been. And what do you call that back room there that she was in? Is there any sort of because it's beautiful furniture, mirrors, a lot of great things in there. It's just like a back, not a nook, but it's a room.
Well, I'll tell you, the specific area where we've had a lot of, we've had some things actually fly off the wall. That is my friend Brittany's space, and she runs Golden 8. She does permanent jewelry in there. She wants a very warm and welcoming environment. She's got her own little cubby. So we actually had a couple of people sitting in there looking at jewelry, preparing to get their jewelry done, and a mirror flew right off the wall, landed in the middle of the room. The people were like, "We didn't touch anything." And
how big was that? Because the mirror was about this, something like this big.
Yeah.
Which that'd be what, almost about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, maybe 18 inches.
18 inches,
something like
yeah.
that.
So not small.
Mm-mm. Nope. And it didn't just slide down the wall, fall. It quite literally flew, landed face down in the middle of the floor.
Wow. Crazy. And so we put Shar in there tonight, and I don't think I told her about the mirror flying off. That seemed to have kind of evaporated from my mind. I'm not purposely, of course.
Yeah.
But so we put her back there, and she has since told you her experiences, right?
Really briefly, she said that she definitely got some activity.
So she didn't talk about the shadow figure with wings on the back of it, like demon wings. No, she didn't.
That's not, knock it off. That's not funny.
It is for us who have to leave, who can leave. No, but in all honesty, though, okay. So what's cool for us is that she had a laser grid out there. And are you familiar with what a laser grid is?
A little bit.
So it's basically, it's what it sounds like. It's a grid of lasers, and the purpose of it is so that we can see if any of those lights break.
Okay.
So sometimes it might look like somebody is walking from like right to left or whatever, and the different lights will break on it, and it'll be like, oh, maybe there's somebody walking through. We also do a thing with a flashlight where we set it out and we ask questions, and it will light up and it will turn off. And we didn't have a flashlight, but we had the laser grid, and the laser grid was responding to Char's questions using the laser grid instead of a flashlight.
That's interesting. She did mention that.
We have in our experience, because I've never experienced that, Char's never experienced that. That is very new for all of us. And for those who've been watching our feed on Facebook, they have seen it as well. They have been able to see it. So we can I can tell you like the timestamp later if you want to go check it out.
I absolutely do.
Because it's very cool. But what is also interesting, and with Adam over at the station, it was activity was happening in your store at the same time it was happening at the station in Eden Prairie.
That's cool.
Right, Adam?
Right. It's my REM pod that I have setting up here in the studio was almost going off with about the same time the answers were coming in off the grid to Char.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
I've got the REM pod setting about 10 feet behind me to where I can't even touch it.
Yeah. Isn't that great? That's crazy. So hearing that, I mean, I hope you don't feel freaked out by that, because this energy isn't bad, first of all.
We don't pick up on negative energy. We
No.
just, everybody who's worked in the shop has a story. I had a visitor today.
Oh, you did?
No, that's what people will give me.
Oh,
stories.
I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah.
had a visitor today. Oh, guess what happened today? Somebody was talking to me through the camera, but nobody was in fact talking to them through the camera. So very interesting stuff.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Emily had said that she had worked in the former kitchen store that was directly next door to your place.
Cooks of Crocus Hill.
Oh, that's
yes.
right. Cooks of Crocus Hill.
Yep.
That's right. The activity in the back of that former store, now a bridal store, was crazy. We all felt it too. And Jody had said that as well, that area, she said that area in your area was pretty active.
Yeah. I mean, there's never a dull moment. Sometimes we'll go through the day. There isn't much going on, but by the end of the day, somebody has a story for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It is really cool. And I mean, we only up until last Friday decided that you were gonna be cool with us going in there, and that has been like the biggest activity that we've gotten here tonight. We've gotten some stuff over at the Tilted Tiki as well. But boy, I mean, we would have never thought, and I would have honestly, Adam, I never would have thought that we would have been able to have any sort of activity in tandem between your shop and the station, and that blows me away.
Yeah, I wonder what the connection is. We got to get Jody over there
No, that'd be interesting.
to do some stuff and fix us up.
Well, and that's the thing too, is as Adam well knows, and Chad had given us permission to do a paranormal investigation of the station, which I think would be really interesting, because I think that there's something to be said. Even like I bring a lot of people on the show who are very connected, like Jody and Shar, and when you do that on a nightly basis, I think that you open up activity in your in where you're at. And I think that's what's been happening at the station, is that we just be talking about it every single night, and it's nothing, once again, nothing bad, but it's happening. And but I think there's been something there for a while anyway.
I specialize in metaphysical. I work with crystals, I make jewelry, those sort of things. And so I very much am of the belief that if you're open, you will see, you will experience.
Absolutely. And it's also fun, like you said, like you have your skeptic who is no longer a skeptic. I mean, it's so funny though, and I don't know if you've ever run across this, and I run across this on a somewhat regular basis, is that I have someone will say to me when they find out I'm a paranormal investigator, they'll say to me, "Well, I'm a big skeptic. I don't believe in any of this stuff." And there's that pause, and they'll be like, "Except there's that one time."
Every time.
Every time. And their one time has something that's happened that blows the it's like one of the greatest things I've ever heard of. Like their house levitates into the air and stuff. And they're like, yeah, that was interesting. And you're like, okay, cool. And then it'd be like, and then there was that other time. And it's like, how many times does it take you to think that maybe something's happening?
Well, that just happened tonight. I was speaking with Chris, the owner of the Tilted Tiki.
Sure.
I said, do you have like weird things happening? And he's like, no, not really. And then we're talking for 5 minutes and he tells me about, we had a bartender quit when a glass shelf literally just shattered for no reason. There was like 3 things on it. It just shattered. And then, my wait staff wouldn't go in the back room. I mean, like 3 or 4 things. I'm like, we've been talking 5 minutes and you just told me that you had nothing. And now there are 7 things. So
it's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing. We have a couple minutes left before the end of the hour. I'd like you to stay with me if you're okay with it. We have about 3 minutes.
Of course.
Have you ever dressed in a Halloween costume that you thought, you know what, it didn't really work? What I thought I was going to wear versus what it kind of turned into, that didn't really work too well.
Not necessarily. I did pull off a really good Marilyn Manson one year though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just wanted to share because I asked a couple people on Facebook today if they would share with me some of their costumes, and I got to say, and I need to start with one that this is the post of me. It's like that's like that is the worst thing. I gotta say though, probably mine. I'm going to go first and just say, back in the day, I worked at Best Buy Corporate, and as I was a manager there, and they wanted me to dress up, right? So I can't believe I did this. We were going to dress up. That was the year of the of the Vikings boat incident. You remember that? So a co-manager and I and someone else she was gonna dress up as whatever they had on the boat. I don't quite remember. And then we were gonna be Vikings, and the management was like, you cannot do that. But yet somehow what I decided to do seemed to not be as bad. And what that was is I hate dressing up for Halloween. It's not my thing. And I'm around my parents' house actually. I find a pair of sunglasses, and I'm like, oh, I think I know what I want to do. I put on a hoodie and I go to, you see the picture. I go to work, and what am I dressed as?
The Unabomber.
Yep, I dressed as the Unabomber. And
yeah, that was better.
Yeah, that was a lot. I bet they're all like, why didn't he just show up in the Viking jersey? But yeah, that was, I won a candy bar that day.
Worth it.
Yeah, right. That was worth it all. I won a Snickers, and first of all, I didn't get fired, which was the main thing there. And no one talked to me. I mean, surprise. After I was there, it kind of finally dawned on me that this may not have been the best idea in the world.
If you want people not to talk to you, dress like the Unabomber.
Right. And I don't remember. It was 2006, 7.
Too soon.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
soon.
Like I don't even know if he was even captured at that point. I don't even remember. I don't have even though I dressed like him, I don't have like the dates of whether or not when he was captured or not. But yeah, probably not the best one. But at the same time, it was kind of like, you want this? This is what happens. Tara, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to start hour 3 here. Can you already believe it? We're already on hour 3 starting up. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some more paranormal investigating. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
I'm standing up for the middle class. Tom Hartman here on the Progressive Voice of Minnesota, AM 950, KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
The Israeli military says it killed a large number of Hamas militants with a barrage of airstrikes that leveled apartment buildings in the Jabalia refugee camp near Gaza City. But a Palestinian hospital chief says hundreds of civilians were wounded or killed. No exact figures available. Meantime, the FBI director is warning of threats to Americans.
Testifying before the Senate Homeland Security Committee, Wray gave his most detailed and ominous assessment of potential threats.
Our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks against Americans going about their daily lives.
Wray says that threats could include homegrown violence, as well as potential foreign terrorist groups acting against the United States and the West, both domestically and abroad. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
UN investigators are urging Russia to acknowledge responsibility for a missile strike on a Ukrainian village earlier this month that killed 59 civilians. While a top UN official tells the Security Council Russian strikes have left more than 40% of Ukrainians in need of humanitarian assistance. And Julie Walker catches us up on the trial in Colorado over whether Donald Trump should be barred from the presidential ballot.
On opening day of the trial in Colorado, videos like this one you're hearing were played of the January 6th attack, and an injured officer testified. Lawyers for the plaintiffs, which include Republicans, argue Trump should be off the ballot in Colorado because he engaged in insurrection. Other witnesses set to take the stand, an expert in right-wing violence, and one on the Civil War era provision in the 14th Amendment, which has only been used a handful of times, that would keep Trump off the ballot. A second hearing on the same issue takes place Thursday before the Minnesota Supreme Court. I'm Julie Walker.
This is AP News.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life, filled with dance, art, music, and knowledge. They dream of a brighter future with enough nutritious food to eat, a chance to learn and grow, to get an education, escape poverty, and do incredible things. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, such dreams are coming true. Together, we give children a chance to set their sights high and succeed in school and in life by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and so much more so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Is your home ready for the holidays? Be honest, how does your carpet look and smell right now? Okay, maybe you have a carpet disaster on your hands, but that's why you should call my cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Some people hire a deal of the day carpet cleaner to save a little money, but trust shouldn't come that easily. Don't DIY it. Call Zero Res because you know it's safe and effective. That's why this month you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $149 and take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Call Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Spell it forward or backward, it's the same. Zero Res. Refresh, restore, and protect your investment. Call Zero Res to clean your business the right way so your floors and surfaces stay cleaner longer without the harmful chemicals the other guys use.
Connections Radio Show is all about tapping into our hardwired hunger to connect. We examine meaningful connections to ourselves, our community, and the world around us. By opening the door to innovative insights by a wide variety of interesting guests, we'll make the connections to something bigger than ourselves. Join me, Lori Fitz, your host of Connections Radio Show, and together we'll make the connections. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 24, then sunshine Wednesday with a high of 37. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Happy Halloween, everybody. Wow, we are hour 3 of our very extended and very special Halloween broadcast over at the Golden Garage.
Grand Garage.
The last segment, I called it the Grand Gas Station. Now it's the Golden Garage.
Do you know something we don't know?
All I know is that I never get a name right, and that is just how I exist.
That's okay. I know faces. I
The
don't
Grand
name
Garage.
names. I'm the same way.
We're at the Grand Garage. You know what I do know, Jody?
What?
That Midwest Witchery and Healing is located in the Grand Garage.
I may agree with that.
I didn't
happen
think
to know something about that.
I didn't know. And yeah, Emily is like, cause crunchy soap in home. I always called it crunchy soup, not purposely. Listen, I'm just a man trying to make it in the radio business. Okay. We're hour 3 here. This, for me personally, for what it's worth, my expectations have totally been blown away by how much fun it's been here and the activity and the kindness of everybody here.
I tell you what, when we were originally talking about this, when we got paired together, I said, you got to come out and do this because you have no idea how haunted this city is.
Right.
And you were like, well, I know it'll be good. But then when you got here, we're like, holy cow. And my brethren here in the Grand Garage, I mean, the Tiki Bar, we've got, it's the Tilted Tiki with Chris. And then we've got, of course, Locale Maker's Mark with Tara and her husband here. And it's great. I mean, we're getting so much, you guys. It's been great.
It's been very cool. And once again, a shout out to your brethren here with Tara and Chris and everybody who's given so much of their time.
Oh yeah.
So this would be a success tonight. And it just truly warms my heart because Halloween is such a special time of year for people to give up their time for us, and you did as well.
Yeah, I did.
And
that's okay.
I appreciate it very, very much. So thank you.
It's okay. I'm not outside raising my hoo-hoos off.
No, well, and we wouldn't want that. So we're going to.
It was cold out there tonight going trick-or-treating with the little guy, I'm telling you.
As I'm wearing shorts as usual. That's just how I exist. So hour 3 here. We want to go back to the Tilted Tiki. We're going to do more Spirit Box. We're going to, and just kind of see if they get anything. Now, if we're going to go over there right now and let's see here. We have Kyle and we have Shar and we have the PSB7 Pro Spirit Box. Now, that is a brand new Spirit Box that just came out 2 months ago. And Gary Gulka is the one who created the Spirit Box. We had him on the program, and Kyle has been using it extensively tonight. Kyle, if you can hear me, how has the box been performing?
Greg, the Pro has been outstanding tonight. We've been getting consistent answers. I even heard my name on this thing for the first time. That segment that we did earlier just blew my mind.
That is fantastic. And Shar, have you heard anything interesting with just a few minutes that you've been over there?
Just a couple things. It's kind of we're getting little fragments at the moment.
Uh-oh. Yeah, spirit
specific.
We're getting a lot of hellos.
Is not uncommon.
No, it's not.
Okay, so we lost you for a second, Shar, but you're back.
We're just getting a lot of hellos, but not a full conversation yet.
Well, if you two are okay with this, why don't we ask some questions again?
Sure.
All right.
Let's see if we can get Flora to come through, Shar. You had been kind of meeting up with her a little bit earlier tonight. See if Flora will come through for you.
Okay. Flora,
you here? Flora, I saw you when I was over by the stairs. And you have a, oh, it's me. She said it's me.
Oh, wonderful.
You have such a beautiful dress on. You look absolutely stunning.
Did she just say thank you? I'm curious, Tushar. You should ask.
It's, Flora, do you hang out throughout the whole entire building? Sometimes.
Many people have seen her.
Flora, do you go other places outside of this building in the town?
Greg, just so you know, we've slowed the sweep rate down a little bit because we're getting some elongated answers on the 30 sweep rate, but they're just coming in too fast for us. So we've backed it off to 50.
Emily from Crunchy Soap had asked the question, is this a woman in the Victorian dress? Yes, it is. Shar, ask if anybody that is coming through, see if anybody worked at a brothel back in the day, because there used to be brothels here in town back in the lumber baron time.
Okay. I would like to speak with anybody that may have worked here when there was a brothel here. Is there any ladies of the night here or a madam?
Do we have anybody here with us tonight that remembers the brothels being there?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No.
No. Is there anybody with us that may have visited the brothel while it was around? Well, nobody's going to cop to that.
What was that?
I think that was the chair that Drew sat in.
Okay.
Because it did certainly sound like a knock.
It sure did.
That's okay. Good. Good. Debunked.
Debunked. We'll have to get you guys out here sometime, Chris, and have you go into the main store instead of just over here and get some really cool stuff at sometime this winter.
Oh yeah. No, that's that.
Please try to connect with the person who said my name earlier. I didn't quite get your message. May I please speak with the person on the other side who knew Greg? Where do you know Greg from?
Could you say that again? We didn't catch it. I'm sorry.
Sound the same.
I know. Okay. I know you said it twice and somehow we still didn't catch it.
May we please know how you know Greg?
Did you shut it off, or did it shut off itself?
Shut off itself.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting.
We believe it said we're friendly or friend about how they knew you, Greg.
Oh, could very well be. So probably not Mary Todd Lincoln then.
It's interesting. We do have quite a few Mason pictures here
That's
with
true.
the different symbols. Is there something you guys could pull through from your Masonry?
An injury? What happened to your head? How did you get hurt? Accident?
Accident.
Oh, see,
For you?
for people who aren't familiar with it, those type of responses are amazing. They're called intelligent responses.
Shar asked if anybody can pick up a glass or move a bottle from behind the bar, see if anybody makes any kind of movement back there. Because Chris said that they used to get movement on the camera at that bar right next to you.
A what?
Glass or a bottle for the practice.
A glass or a bottle?
Ask if they can move it, please.
Oh. Is there anything on the bar, like the glasses or bottle that you could move? Maybe don't break it, but just move it enough so that we can see it.
So for those listening in, we are at the Grand Garage.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, you asked if we could, if they could move a glass, and then True moved the glass, and then the spirit box said, "You did."
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, that's funny. That's why. Hey, they're keeping us honest tonight. That's for sure.
No tricks here.
Yeah, no, they're wise to us.
Does anybody have a message for anybody that is listening to the broadcast this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could hear that even.
Yes, we
yeah.
could.
Who's your message for? The person the message is for?
Yes.
Yes. What's the message?
Did someone cough over there?
We're having a hard time making it out, but it does sound like there's some interaction.
Now, Lynn says, and this was about a minute ago, she asked if someone went by the hall on the left of the screen. True, you and Kyle have all been sitting, right?
He did move a few minutes ago when we talked about the glass being moved.
Maybe. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, cool. Cynthia wanted to know if we could ask who the bartender is.
Oh. Who's the bartender here?
I thought I heard peaches.
Peaches?
We could hear it over here,
We
actually.
could hear it, yeah. I couldn't make it out, but
Did you say peaches?
Oh, interesting. Leanne just said that talking about what we mentioned earlier with the figure, Leanne also said it was a figure walking back and forth. She saw it as well.
I was moving behind the bar, trying to move the glass over there.
So my recommendation to you all is not to move. They're seeing you. They're seeing you. So and we have some eagle-eyed viewers out there tonight.
Well, thank you for keeping us honest.
Yep. Thank you for keeping us honest.
Greg, have we had any activity in the hallways?
I don't think we've had anything out there tonight because we've had people out there all night. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Dawn also said she saw it. So we'll try to keep people sitting still. I mean, but it's tough sometimes. Leanne doesn't think it was true though. She really doesn't think it was him. So we'll just kind of keep our eye open. Whoever did that, do that.
Yeah.
All right,
He's gonna do it again.
He's gonna go right where he was. Hello?
Did you get a hello?
Yeah, I was gonna set up a glass for them to move. I stood right here.
How many people are down
I'm gonna
there?
set a glass down.
There's only 3 down in Geeky.
Okay,
And
there's 3, but I saw somebody walk, and I thought, well, it's true walking.
Yeah,
but
that
it's
was
not
true
him.
because
He's
you
sitting.
saw. Yeah,
Go over here.
he walked in the other
Oh,
camera.
I
Yeah,
see him.
yeah, there he is. Okay, why don't we do this? Let's take a break. When we come back, and Don, that was true. I know that for a fact. That was true. He was demonstrating for us what he did last time. Let's take our break. When we come back, we're going to keep this going. We have a lot going on, and this is really a lot of fun. We'll pick this up after the break. We're going to leave this for people who are watching the feed. We'll leave this going. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hello.
Well, I saw True on
Is
this.
there something here that knows me?
That's him now.
A couple?
Couple.
Can you tell me who you are?
And I think that was True though.
But I think that the way that reflection is it because you can sitting here, someone would think that's just better than for one to
It's tough because there is so much, like there's so many mirrors and stuff
Yes,
as well.
that's
You know,
hard.
just and the lights moving.
with
Yeah.
that strobe light thing going on. I know.
Would you two be interested in trying the other camera and seeing if it makes any difference sitting somewhere else, or do you want to stay there?
Hey, he's asking if you want to stay there or if you want to move up to the other side.
You can move.
Yeah.
I'm sure because you're forward the whole time.
Oh. I don't know where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Greg, would you prefer we stayed in here or went to one of those other cameras?
That's fine where you are now. I also wonder. We're running. I mean, we could wait for you if you wanted to go back to even like the locale makers market.
Okay.
I mean, you both let me know if you think that you're going to have maybe better luck there, and we could cover for you until you get over there and situate. If you want to try Spirit Box there.
Sure, we'll try it over there.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
cool.
just give us a couple minutes.
Yep, and we're going to come back here in a second, so we'll just cover.
No matter your age or health, let's help tackle the waiting list. Make your game plan to register as a donor today at life-source.org. That's life-source.org. Sponsored by LifeSource, this station, and the Minnesota Broadcasters Association.
Sounds good. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Boy, we're having a fun time tonight. We're in hour 3 of our special Halloween spectacular. I'm trying really hard not to say spooktacular.
Come on, spooktacular. It's so good.
And we're at the Grand Garage in Stillwater. Yep, see, it only takes 17 times in the Grand Garage in Stillwater, Minnesota. So I'm hoping that after doing this, some of you may want to check the place out. Check out all the wonderful stores here. Is everyone open tomorrow?
Yes. My store, Midwest Witchery and Healing, will be open from noon until 6.
Nice.
We even have readers in. Lynn will be in doing tarot readings tomorrow.
Lynn's great.
She is. She's fantastic. And then, of course, the Locale Maker's Mark is open from 11 to 7.
Nice.
The bar opens at 4 p.m. and they will be having live music tomorrow evening. So you can come down and see each one of these little areas.
Now, for those of you who can, and I know that sometimes it's not easy to do so, I just ask as a personal favor to please support these businesses. And, I mean, first of all, because they are awesome.
Thank you.
But also, too, because once again, you all moved mountains for us to do this tonight. Every one of you did.
Well, you know what? We're happy to be able to do that. And there is something to be said about a small business because we help each other. We're a community. And, we're not the big brand box type stores and stuff like that. We are small and, we're personable. You can come up, you can talk to us. We're not scary.
No, not scary. And I've said this before, and we're going to be moving to another location for paranormal investigation in a moment. But I just really, why I love what I do, why I love doing it on an AM 950, is because we mirror those stores like you. Because all your local store, you're a big part of the community. You love your community, and that's what we do at AM 950. Every one of us.
That's true.
And that's why I think we're such a good fit.
Yeah. AM 950 is great. I've had a lot of really wonderful, interactions with you guys, not only with you, Greg, and doing different things with you and Chad. I've had the opportunity to be with Kelly from the Edge magazine. In fact, I was on the radio this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you guys go out and cater to the community the way you do, all of the different shows, there's something to be said about that. I mean, we really kind of take care of each other and try to help reach so many different platforms to get the messages out that we're here for you.
Absolutely. And I, this massive kumbaya, I just also want to thank Chad for that as well.
Oh my gosh,
who
absolutely.
is
Chad has been fantastic.
Always there to listen to my silly ideas and whatever. And next thing you know, we're doing 3-hour shows from a haunted location,
Well, where are we going next? I mean,
Right.
seriously?
Sky's the limit.
Oh,
Let us know. We'll come out there. Lynette says that she visited your store last Saturday and you were all so friendly and fun. And that I
Thank
believe.
you, Lynette.
I really believe. And that's, once again, we're in the Grand Garage, Stillwater, Minnesota. Please check out Midwest Witchery and Healing and go to midwestwitcheryhealing.com.
Yes.
They have an online store. They have all the classes and stuff. And honestly, very exciting. It's so great to see the growth and just the short amount of time that we've been working together. My goodness, what's next?
Well, I'm telling you, we've got these brand new practitioners starting. Deb is starting up, Deb Roselle, who does the hypnotherapy and past life regression. So if you've ever wondered what you did in the past life, she can help you with that and do different hypnotherapy sessions with you. We've got astrologers, and they can do your full birth chart, and they can tell you all sorts of stuff that you would love to know to help you have a better life in this lifetime. On top of that, we have different people who do tarot, automatic writing. We've got psychic mediums. So we've got a whole plethora of stuff. We've got beautiful merchandise out there. You can book Tea Time with Jody. although if you're going to book it, I would encourage you to do it probably soon. I'm going to be off the charts for a while because I am traveling. I'm
Yep.
going to be leaving on Friday. I'm going to be going out to Hawaii. I'll come back the week of Thanksgiving. But we've got all these cool things and classes coming up. And, Greg, we should talk about you guys coming in and talking to the public
Would love
about
to.
paranormal and doing investigations. And if people are going to go out and do that
Yep.
on their own, the ins and outs and the proper things to and not to do.
I would love to do so. Now, I also saw Leanne ask. She wanted to know, are there regular business hours? She has some vacation coming up. Are these hours correct?
Those hours that are on the website currently are correct and accurate. Yes.
So, just please go over to Leanne, just go over to MidwestWitcheryHealing.com. It's actually on the main page, hours of operation. Scroll down and take a look. And the only days that they're closed are Monday and Tuesday.
And that's because the building is closed down. The bar's not open. The other shops aren't open, by appointment only for like hair salon type stuff. But yeah, the building, Stillwater in general on Mondays and Tuesdays kind of closed down.
Yep.
So they can give their workers a break.
That's nice. And folks, if you come down to any of these wonderful places, could you let them know that you heard about it through us?
Please do let me know, because if you mention Greg Bakun's GhostBox, there might be a little special something for you.
Right.
You never know
You'll be
what you
kicked
might
out
get.
immediately. No,
Oh,
just kidding.
never.
Real fast before we go on our next location, Adam, how are things going over at the studio?
Things are going really well right now. It's kind of died down over here, but then again, I did turn the REM pod off so I could concentrate on the show going on, because that was intriguing me as much as everything else going on here. And the chat has been amazing. Thanks to all the viewers and listeners tonight. You guys have been great.
Well, so we're going to be going back over to Locale Makers Market, where Shar started the evening. We have over there right now, we have Kyle and we have Shar over there right now. And so, Adam, if you want, maybe turn on some of that equipment again, because you had such luck that first time over there. Let's spend about 10 minutes or so and just kind of see what happens. Kyle and Shar, can you hear us? I take that as a no. They're looking good, though.
They look really good.
They look really good.
Kyle? Did you say hi to Kyle?
That's me.
Well, we're getting action.
Yeah.
Hello. Well, thank you so much for reaching out. So you know my name. May I please have your name? Do we know each other?
It might be so loud over there that they can't hear us.
Are you kidding me?
It could be. It's a small space.
Yeah. That's significant to me.
That just popped in my head.
Steven, that's who I was thinking about too when you said that.
We're
That's why
going
I-
into it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
Steve, is that you?
Can you hear that? Can you hear
I heard
that?
it. I
That's
didn't
great.
understand it, but I heard it.
Steve, can you tell me the name of the little town in South Dakota where we used to go to do research?
That was loud.
That was really loud.
Clearly didn't
Where did we
resonate.
used to stay in South Dakota?
There's another one.
I think this is his mentor he's trying to get through right now.
If you wouldn't mind, would you mind telling me the name of the town?
I find it amazing how people have the spirits just follow them. It doesn't matter where you go and investigate, they follow
exactly.
you.
Now, Brad says that he sees the K2 on the shelf in the middle going off. I can't tell, actually, and they can't hear us. And that might be because they're too loud with their spirit box, perhaps, even though it doesn't come across that way for us.
Steve, do you have something that you're trying to tell me, or are you just saying hi?
So the K2 will light up when the energy field is
I see
broken.
it.
Is it lighting up?
I think so.
You're hearing something again.
Yep.
Another piece. Huh.
Now I hear people in the hallway.
Yeah, there's people in the hallway right now. Not non-spirit.
Nope. Live people.
The living.
The dead are wondering what
I
we're
just
doing.
want to let you know that I'm here. If you want to connect in a little bit or later, I'm completely open to that.
One of the things that is happening right now
Sure.
is this
All
could be
right.
a very
What do you
emotional
think, now or later?
and that's what's happening right now. It's a very emotional experience for Kyle because
I'll
he's
come
reaching
back.
out to someone
Okay.
who means to him.
Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they don't realize that we've been eavesdropping on a kind of a very private
very
moment,
private
actually.
moment, yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. I'm gonna let Kyle have his moment, so we're gonna
Is there
move.
anybody else
We're gonna move
that's
away
with
from
us
that.
on
for
the
a
other
second.
side that
You know, that's one of the things that I think is super important about paranormal investigation. That I don't think people get a lot is, and I find this at events quite a bit, is people, and I know he asked for him specifically, his mentor, but you'll be at an event and we'll be using Spirit Box or something, or maybe it's the K2 or something. And next thing you know, it's a loved one, not
Sure.
the person that's attached to the location, but a loved one coming through,
Okay.
and it's too much
Oh, yeah.
for people. I mean, it's a lot, especially when you're not
Mhm.
expecting it at all.
I remember when I first met you, which was about a year ago.
Yeah.
And there was another podcast going on, and I happened to be on there with you, and I got to meet you. And I came and listened to your show. And it wasn't that long after my mom died, and my mother came through very prevalently for you. And
Yep.
I was like really shocked with that. Now, mom talks to me, but it's the point that I heard her. I could
Like
hear her
third party.
voice. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it's very touching, and it warms your heart, but it's very emotional.
It is. And, that was something that I was doing prior to going nightly doing this show. Was every Sunday night I would do a Spirit Box session on
Right.
Facebook. And until just recently, I never thought about, of the fact it's a gallery. I was doing a gallery.
Yes, it is.
And so, because I'd ask people, put in the comments, who do you want me to reach out to? And we would try to bring them through. And we often did. I don't know what Uncle Frank sounds like, but you're going to know what Uncle Frank sounds like. And if you get that, that's the case. And as Brad said, and I thank you, Brad, I appreciate it. I became a true believer when Greg got my niece to come through. I've brought through a lot of people, and I also cross over a lot of people.
Right. And just like you were with me on the 14th when we did that event at
Oh, yeah.
Bayport, and I did my very first gallery. That was the first time I've actually done a big I had quite a few people there.
Yeah,
and
you
it was
did.
a little overwhelming. It was like I had to get them to all calm down and get in line because holy moly Rocky.
Right. And you weren't well. You weren't feeling well.
No,
at
I
that
was
point.
very ill at the time.
Yeah.
I had bronchitis. I didn't know it, but I was masked up and whatever. But I distinctly remember this one group of people, and I literally would just get to the point where it was like, I just want one name. I don't want to know anything about what you're
Yeah.
going to tell me. I just need the first name, nothing else. And so they would do that. And I walked up to this table while I was sitting and I was talking to the table, and they said the name, and I'm like, what's with the blue car? And the whole table,
Oh,
they
yeah.
started
Oh,
crying.
it
And it's like, all I saw was this blue car. And I'm like, what's going on with the blue car? Well, this lady had passed away, and it was given to the daughter, and they had to get rid of the car. And they didn't say anything. And I said, I guess it's nickel and diming it to death. What's going on with
Yeah.
that? And I said something about it being electrical or something on that avenue. And they confirmed everything I said. And I, went around and I did different things like that. And there was a lot of people that were touched, but the first one that came through, I'm like, who's the older gentleman? He's got
Yeah.
this beard, he's short, he's stocky, he's this, and he's wearing this blue plaid shirt. Nobody resonated with him. Now, keep in mind, we're in a VFW, guys.
Yep.
So it was a gentleman that was affiliated with the place, and the owner of the VFW said, holy crap, it's so-and-so. And after everything was said and done, they took me over and showed me a board, and here he sat on this board. And I'm like, who's this guy? That's him. And they're like, well, this was so-and-so. Yeah, it was Larry, or I think his name was Larry. I don't remember.
Wow.
But it was like really wild. I mean, that was something different to go through. And when you have that many people come through at one time, a lot of energy, it drains you. But I look at it as I'm helping. I'm helping people. I'm giving them comfort. I'm giving them answers that they need to hear, even if it's they're doing great and you're doing great and they see you and they're acknowledging you. It gives that sense of comfort to the people that are still alive.
And that's why I think we mesh so well. Shar, Kyle, myself, that's our brand of paranormal.
Right.
Because there isn't anything different between paranormal and metaphysical.
Makes sense. I don't do metaphysical, so this is all new to me.
Mediumship. I don't think any of it. I think it's because it's all energy.
Mediumship. Yeah, it's energy. It's
all energy. Yeah.
And the reason that it's called the mystical now is because science can't prove it. Once science proves it, which it's coming,
we get closer,
then it's
don't
going to
we?
be science.
We get closer all the time. Folks, how is this possible? We are heading off to break. We're going to head off to break.
Holy cow.
We have one more segment left. I know, right? We can go all night. This is a lot of fun. We're going to see if we can get connection with Kyle and Shar to see if we can go ahead and have them interact with us, or even just eavesdrop again. And then we'll check in with Adam, and we'll shut her down for Halloween 2023.
And it's going to be one for the books.
It surely is. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Magus Books, your multicultural spiritual supply store. Stop in and expand your horizons with books, classes, readings, and supplies at magusbooks.com or in our shop at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis. From the best incense to beautiful statues, we have supplies and books for your spiritual explorations. Come in and chat with our knowledgeable staff and get what you need for your next adventure, whether you're fighting ghosts or opening your third eye. Check us out today at magusbooks.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 24, then sunshine Wednesday with a high of 37. Nightingale is your cozy, comfortable neighborhood bar and restaurant at 26th and Lindale in Minneapolis. Come in for the famous Nightingale burger or the ginger tamari chicken wings. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
somehow, some way, we've burned through about 3 hours already. We're almost done. We're on our last segment of our very special Halloween episode of GhostBox Radio. Very excited. And because it has drained so much energy, I'm taking the rest of the week off. We're going to have the best of GhostBox.
Lucky.
Yeah, right.
I got to work tomorrow.
I'll still be working on all this stuff too. With the passion, you're always
It
working
is.
on it, right?
That's
But
right.
the rest of the week, we're going to be running the best of GhostBox Radio. Each episode includes 3 excerpts from our amazing guests. We're going to have 9 different interviews for the rest of the week. It's pretty spectacular. I love these. I hope that you do too. So every night you're going to still hear us. It's a great sampler to hear our show, and if you want to listen to more. And it's also those episodes will be streaming as well all the rest of this week on our networks. One thing I didn't thank real fast was Things Network. That's one of the Facebook networks we're on. They moved also mountains
Really?
for me to be on at this earlier time. There's other programs that Fear fans that they moved. Nick, Don, Jill, thank you all very much for doing that. That's very kind. I appreciate it very much. Also, when I'm back on November 6th with a live show, we're going to have on Brandon Alvis. His new show, Haunted Discoveries, is phenomenal. We're going to be doing that as well. I'm kind of moving through it because we have about just under 15 minutes left.
Can you believe it?
I can't. It's moving very quickly, and
Very fast.
It's been a lot of fun. So we're heading back over to Locale Makers Market, and Kyle and Shar, can you hear us? That's because I have you on mute. We can't hear you now. Now can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome. So what we're gonna do? What do you have? What device do you have over there, Shar?
I have the necrophonic up.
And that basically is very similar to a spirit box. It's app-based, and people get a lot of great responses from it. We're going to let Kyle and Shar work it a little bit and see how far we go with it. It's very possible once they have it on, they're not going to hear us at all. So we're going to kind of just let them go with it for a bit. And we might try to ask questions, but it's very possible that they will not be able to hear us, and that's understandable. One quick question. No, they have it on already. We'll let them go.
Hello. Booze?
Is there anyone with us on this Halloween that would like to communicate? Come.
Yeah.
Do you know what holiday today is? Weird noises.
Yeah.
It's very weird noises.
Does anybody have anything that they would like to tell Witch Jody?
No, we don't.
Good.
Good.
Can you tell us what town we're in?
The Ovula says knit.
Have a good one, I heard.
Have a good one.
Can you describe something about the room we're sitting in? Nice.
Nice.
Can you describe one of the items that's in this room? No.
Scale?
Scale? Can you tell me what color the walls are painted?
A lot of people are not going to sleep tonight.
I don't think so.
Can you tell me how many candles are on the mantle?
8, 9. How many are there?
I got 15.
Oh.
Break.
16.
Can you tell us something else about this space? No.
That's honesty.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Thank you.
It's just a lot of weird noises more than anything.
It's odd how it sounds differently over here than probably does for you.
I wonder if I change it to echo, see what happens. Hang on.
Sure.
Oh, that's just annoying. Honesty. It said honesty.
Char,
Yeah.
you asked if Graham is with you. John Marson would like to know.
What do you say?
Greg, one more time.
Can you ask if Graham is with you?
Is Graham here?
Say it. Graham.
What?
May we please speak with Graham? I don't know what you're talking about.
Graham? Who's here?
He's here.
He's here. Did I hear Tara?
Hello?
Did you hear that?
Here he comes.
That sounded like a girl like screaming or somebody in pain.
I thought I heard Tara. Tara.
Graham? How old are you?
Anybody else hear that?
Oh.
Old.
Graham, are you older than me?
Yeah.
Wow, that was clear.
Very clear.
Fun.
Eeps. Now you know.
Flora, are you here? Hi.
Hi.
Char, ask Flora how old she is.
Flora, how old are you? You're 15. Flora, what color is your dress? Flora, I'm sorry, what color is your dress?
I think it's light reflection. Tara, I think that's light reflection.
It's just like
like weird noises. It's just like more than anything, it's just odd noises.
Is there anybody with us that would like to say something before we wrap up our investigation?
Can you tell me something about that's in the store? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
I thought I heard costumes.
Mm.
Hey, Shar and Kyle.
Scent? Is there candles that smell?
Yep.
We're gonna leave you now because we're gonna wrap up. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you both so much for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to actually remove them so they can keep doing their thing and not be interrupted by us. So as we wrap up, first of all, Adam, anything you want to add to it? We have a few minutes left. Is things going all right over at the station?
Things are going fine at the radio station. I turned the RIM pod back on. Nothing has happened. So I'm actually kind of glad nothing has happened because I may have to sleep here tonight. So glad it's kind of died down over here.
That says something. I feel like when sometimes no activity says more than activity, especially if you had activity earlier. Does that make sense?
What part of I may have to sleep here tonight did you not understand?
I mean, none of it really matters to me because I'm going to go home and I'm going to sleep in my house. But
yeah, it's actually that lack since that first segment that actually does have me a little on edge.
Do you have any depends? I just want to know.
Other than that, it's been absolutely a blast doing
Good.
this tonight with all of you. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you very much for taking so much time out of your evening and your week helping us, Adam. Really appreciate it, and wouldn't want to have anybody other than you with us helming at the station tonight. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. That is very much appreciated.
And so as we wrap up here, just kind of a litany of thank yous real fast before we call it a night, because honestly, I say it and I cannot overstate it. The amount of people who've given so much of their time, and that's Chris and Tara, who over at the Tilted Tiki and the Locale Makers Market, as well as their loved ones who are also here.
Yes.
And as well as you.
Thank you.
So
And my friend True.
And True, very much so. Very helpful before you got here.
Well, he was. I was going to have my son here, but he had to have surgery this morning, so he was a little bit out of commission. So got backup.
True was on the ball. He was there
he
for us. He helped us in so many different ways. And of course, I cannot, of course, do this without thanking Shar and Kyle, who are always have my back, always very supportive of what I do. So I really want to thank you all. And finally, of course, Chad, who has just been sitting out there helping us, being incredible. So this has been so much fun tonight.
It has been fun. I want to thank the viewers for coming
Yes.
in tonight too, because without you guys, Greg wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. And then Sean asked, will this be available for a rewatch? Because I missed a lot of it. Sean, absolutely. Depending on where you're watching this from, it's going to be there for you to replay again and again. If you watch this on GhostBox Radio, or if you're watching this over on AM 950 or Things, it's there for you. Just feel free to rewatch. And if anybody rewatched it and they see stuff that we didn't talk about, let me know. Yeah,
Let us know.
We'd love to know what's going on and stuff. That's how we do these investigations. Everybody is involved. It's not just like what we say goes. We're all in a big team together, basically.
Yeah, this building is amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, the
I gotta
stuff
come
we
back.
picked up. Yeah, absolutely. We had to do that, and we had to do some other really cool places.
We do. We got to kind of maybe do like a tour, right? Just a tour of all these local places, and maybe get Chad, because I was going to have Chad on here, and we'd kind of move things around and get his thoughts on what he thought about the night and stuff. So we'll have to do all that and get him involved, because honestly, this is It's so much fun, and I think he was enjoying it. I think everybody here was getting
Everybody
something
had a
out of
really
it.
good time tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very much so. And Chad kept us fed. He brought us food.
Yes, it was good pizza.
It was really good. Matter of fact, I
Grand
gotta finish
pizza.
my piece. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And once again, folks, I will be back on November 6th with Brandon Elvis. Feel free to listen for the rest of the week. Best of GhostBox Radio, Wednesday through Friday. You can also watch. We have video for it that you can watch all throughout the week too. Which, Jody, thank you so very much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I had a blast, you guys. My first investigation, so it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. We'll be back live on Monday, November 6th. Otherwise, watch us all week. Everyone, take care and have a safe Halloween. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Come on, you know it's true. Work is almost bearable when the Stephanie Miller Show is on. AM 950.